What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up?
Uh-huh.
Once again, a song.
You already know.
It's us here in the MELLO-ROOM. It's your boy, Ooze. I'm here with my homie, Mike, of
You
course.
already know Lukey, baby.
Lucas. You already know. We got Ed on the ones and twos in the background. He, doing the engineering for us back there today. Ed, what's up, baby?
Yo, I got no video on the screen.
You got no what?
No video.
No video.
I don't have y'all on the screen.
You don't have our video?
No,
We not in the chairs.
I'm looking at chairs.
Empty chairs.
Like y'all are Phantom right now.
We're looking at empty chairs.
We're doing a Phantom show today.
Why, you see us on your phone?
That's crazy. Why are we not in the chairs?
Because we're doing a Phantom show
The
today.
ghosts.
That's
They in there.
crazy.
We got a voice. Can they hear us?
Yeah, they can hear you. I mean, I'm sure they can. I can hear you.
That's nuts, yo. That's got to be some shit from on Yo, so until the video clicks in, I guess, yo, here we are in the MELLO-ROOM, yo.
Yeah, we here. I mean, we here. Y'all may not see us, but we are here. You know what I'm saying? It's freaky shit going on.
Yeah, so shout out to Ayers Printing. Shout out to
I see you right there.
what?
I can see you right there.
You can see me right where?
Right here on this angle.
Right, so
I can see you from the bar.
let me just just give a shout out real quick to Ayers Printing, Craves Dessert, man. Go to AyersPrintingLLC.com. Also, you can go to Studio1025.com officially now. We're over there. You can go check out the MELLO-ROOM. You can check out what goes down in the studio. You can check out what happens, with some of the partners we have with the Jedi Masters and Two Lifted. And the merch page is up, so you can go shopping now. So go check it out, man. Studio1025.com.
Definitely a lot of dope shit on there, man. We got everything from all aspects of the merchandise in which we have right now. And it gives you the option to add your flavor, your variety to it. So definitely go check it out, man. I was definitely excited to check it out when you sent me the link for it.
Yeah. All right. So what it sounds like to me on the first camera is that the first camera is stuck. So I'm gonna,
which is possible, could be.
I'm gonna go ahead and make an adjustment real quick on that. So Uzi, if you want, man, just go ahead and start the show up real quick, man.
All right, well, let me get a little comfortable. We're gonna do this like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Y'all know, anybody who knows me knows I'm tall as shit, so I like to stretch out and things like that. But anyway, what's going on, y'all? It is the MELLO-ROOM. I am the one they call Ooze, man. We here in the building at Studio 1025. This is the new home. Y'all catching it from another angle right now. You know what I mean? While Mike gets the camera situated. And yeah, man, it's a great week, man. We happy to be back. Here in Florida, they have started the whole phase 1 portion of reopening. You know what I'm saying? So people are moving around. You seeing life come back into the streets. You know what I mean? But
We about to be
all in all,
free.
my prayers and my thoughts are still out there with my family and everybody else who's not doing so great during this time, man. Because we know right now it's a lot more in need than a lot more people that you see on the upper note. You know what I mean? But anyway, back at the ranch, man. We here. We are here to enjoy another week. The weather outside is crazy. It's actually bugged out because now you're starting to see like the traffic kind of pick back up again. People and it's starting to be vehicles all over the place, so shit could be hectic. You know what I mean? But on the same note, it is what it is, man. We got a lot of shit to jump off here this week. We got a lot of music that we're going to jump into. Ground Wave has sent us some new music. Lou O.D. has sent us some new music. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of issues, a lot of topics that's going on that me and Mike going to dive into as we do. You know what I mean? But we here, you know what I'm saying? Once again, like I said, it's home. Oh, and once again,
back, Jack.
Back is Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Just a little camera problem. The shit want to turn off, you know what I'm saying? But we back. We back.
Is it right?
Yeah.
The camera's right now?
Yeah.
Switch the angle.
So we'll do the Phantom show next week.
Huh?
We might do the Phantom show later on in the season.
The Phantom show.
The Phantom show. Like,
so what happens is sometimes the camera like to turn off, and then the the program itself holds the image, the last image it had. So
He got
that's
the
what,
intro screen. Oh, all right, there you go. Now you bouncing back. You getting it together, Ed? I see you jumping around over there a little something. You know,
Hey,
what
you
I
know,
mean?
every now and then I need a little help. You know what I'm saying?
I
From
got
my
you. Ain't
friends.
nothing
now we
wrong
got
with
it.
that.
He's our new engineer right now, so he's getting together with all the kinks or whatever. But forget all that. It's fucking May, the beginning of May.
Yes, it is.
Spring.
Yes, it is.
We in spring. Summer coming soon. A quick shout out, y'all don't know, Big Uzi's birthday is in 2 days.
Oh shit.
Oh.
So he's
It's
getting
a whole
old.
Fact.
Baby.
That's a whole fact.
A lot of interesting shit, man. The studio's open, ready for business, yo. We are on South Orange Ave. If you go to the website, man, it'll give you the address. It'll give you the pricing list up there. You know, click on the tabs, take you through all the partners, like I said. It's still kind of under construction, so you might see some things missing, like the coalition. I got some of our old music up there. There's the MELLO-ROOM merch page over there. And there's a MELLO-ROOM live page. I know it says live. You should be able to watch this show live. I'm not sure if it's there now, but if it's not, it will be next week. So look forward to that. We also live again on YouTube again. So if you rather watch this on YouTube, you can go over there, and we're live there right now. Man, basically, shout out to all the artists and everybody who tuning in, everybody who watches us, and, you know, keep watching, man. We got a bunch of shit going on, man.
Definitely,
Coalition in the
man.
motherfucking building.
Big shout out to everybody that rocks out with us, man. You know, we always appreciate the love, man. And like, you know, Mike was just chopping it up, letting y'all know, man, everything's up and running. We open for business. So, you know, for those who trying to get to work, man, feel free to come down and, you know, put some work in with us. You know what I mean? We actually have started the ball rolling on business, so we do got artists now that we are working with. You know what I'm saying? We got some young upcoming talent that's exciting. You know what I mean?
The XX Chinks, man.
You know, we got a lot of things going
Shout
on.
out to the homie.
So you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see a lot of things coming out of Studio 1025 real soon, man. And you know that along with everything else that we have been giving y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure by now you're used to us. Now it's just really time to get in tune with us. You feel me?
Hell yeah. With the whole transition being complete, you will be getting better segments and stuff. You know, we got a lot of shit going on. Just to give you maybe an update on it, yo. A lot more artists coming in for interviews. Like we got Young Bull, he's gonna be playing his music. Grime Wave, Hanzo Blaze sent me a whole album.
Shout out to Hanzo Blaze. Yeah, so man, I was checking that out, man.
So we gonna be getting into some
Super
of his
dope,
music
dope.
today. Lou O.D. sent me a new joint.
Shout out to
so
Lou
we're gonna
O.D.
get into his shit today. Other than that, man, it's just it is what it is, bro.
Yeah,
they
man.
letting some of the people go back to work now. You know, I've been working, so that shit don't mean nothing to me. But
I've still been on the playing field. I've been on the front.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, hey, man, it's a good thing, man. The people need it. You know, even with everything going on, you know what I mean. People just be careful, be real safe with how you're moving. You know what I'm saying? Be cautious of the next person. And think about yourself, but also think about the people around you as well.
And if you go to studio1025.com/MRP merch, we have masks as well. We have different options. Right now, we have 2 options up. As soon as Big Ooze gets me the other merchandise, I can add the other options there.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I had that over to you shortly. You know what I'm saying? And also, speaking of that, you know what I mean? Like we always say, shout out to our family at Ends Printing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely got to get back with you, Jose, because I still ain't got my package yet. You know, my shit done got lost in the mail, and I'm pretty sure whoever got it and opened it and seen it was masked felt like it was a gift from God, from the heavens sent above.
For real.
You know, but they could thank me. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. You know what I'm
Did you
saying?
put the wrong address?
Nah, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? The postal worker had delivered it to the wrong address. And then when they went back to try and get it, because like they called us the next day when they went back to try and get it.
Yeah.
I guess the people weren't home.
Oh, okay.
You know, and they still haven't retrieved them yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
but at this point,
if they're like me, they ain't getting that shit back.
and at this point, if they do come to me, I don't even think I'm not going to put them on my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's
facts.
kind of like, so I got to get with you, you know, Jose. I'm going to hit you up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get that together, you know, figure that out.
That was one of those. That was one of those. See what had happened was.
Yeah, nah, it's crazy. You know.
Now
what
look,
I'm saying?
something happened like that with me similar.
Somebody needed a mask.
Yeah, nah, he checked it. He even told me, he was like, yo, it said it was delivered in mailbox. I'm like, all right, cool. nothing was in the mailbox. Nothing ever came. So when we hit up the post office and they backtracking and checking, yeah, they delivered it to the wrong spot. You know?
See,
It
now I ain't gonna
happens.
front. If they're anything like I am, you ain't getting that shit back.
Oh, I mean, I'm probably
I
not.
got packages sent to me in my name, but from a whole nother address. Man, you know, they sitting right there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Those packages are sitting right there.
I'm sure, but you know,
I was like, oh, nobody came and claimed these shits.
yeah, you know, so it's like I'm looking at it. Hey, man, a gift from me to whoever got it. You know what I'm saying? And we in the time. It just so happens we in the time where people are in dire need of masks. What are the odds my shit get lost and somebody happens to get
Hey, man, maybe that person
They needed
really
it more than you
that
did.
more than we do.
Yeah, I know.
because we were just selling them at the end of the day.
I wasn't even selling those. Those I was getting
Those
just
for us?
to really promote and put them out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And get people familiar with it. So it wasn't for sale. It wasn't nothing like that at all. It had no intention behind it at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this happens and I'm aware now that it happened in the way that it happened. Hey, man, maybe that was just God doing His work. You know
Right,
what I'm
facts.
saying?
You know, and we're not mad about it. It's
I ain't
just,
mad. Nah, not at all. I ain't mad about it.
You know, we
what
just
I'm
got to
saying?
get a whole nother pair.
Yeah, you know, and hey, man, we in a position where we able to do that.
We can do that.
So that's not a
up.
small thing to a giant on that one.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
so how's everything else been, this week?
Ah, man, I mean, it's been a week. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy though, man. Like lately, I don't know. Like I was telling you before we even went live, man. It's just been with all the, I guess because I'm not home. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not getting to do the quarantine and how everybody else is doing the
Right.
quarantine.
It's like I'm half and
know?
half because the kids are off and I don't have my full-time job. I'm at home for 8 hours of the day.
Yeah.
Then the other 8 I run away. You know what I'm saying?
Should I run away?
but I feel you on that. Like I don't really feel the effect of what I see people posting. Like I'm like, you guys are crazy, man. Like
I mean, I'm not gonna I don't say they crazy because I'm looking at it like, damn. Part of me is like, at the end of the day, I look at it like for those who are taking the proper precautions and doing what they got to do, they're a few points ahead on, or a lot more points ahead on staying safe than I am. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but you've been far so fine.
Yeah, I mean, so far, yeah, of course.
Fine
With
so
the grace
far.
of God, so far so good. Everything's been good. I've been working. I've been feeling great in health. It's just been like, as of the past 2 days, I've just been feeling like real sluggish. You know what I'm
and
saying?
I was like that last week.
And I guess that comes from when I do get off work, just going home and being at home.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to going to the gym. Like, y'all know I get off work, I go to the gym.
This is this is what I was telling you before, man.
staying
I'm one of
active.
those people that be at work and then be like 2 hours left and be like, man, can't wait to get off.
Yeah.
I'll get in that car. I'll be tired all the way till I step my foot in the door. I'll take a shower, get out the shower, and it's like a whole new day for me. It's like what we doing now? You wanna go build something? You wanna fucking make song? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my
Well,
second
that's
wing
like
kicking.
even like for yesterday. Yesterday I spoke to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all told me I was gonna have a session. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to make it up there.
Yeah.
By the time I got to the crib and, really got myself settled and shit like that, my nigga, I don't know what, but it's like the tired punch hit me so hard I couldn't even take it. I was sitting there just feeling out of it.
Yeah,
You got hit with the Tyson punch.
Yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna
1-2.
just chill and I'm gonna just chill at the crib, kick it, you know what I'm saying? And that'll be that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Speaking of Tyson, it's crazy too. It's funny, and we gonna talk about that later on.
Tyson making a comeback.
Nah. He ain't making a comeback,
That's
man.
my
Tyson,
dog.
53 years old, man.
I saw some. I don't know if it was fake post.
Yeah,
He's 53.
Yeah, but it was just him in the gym. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about
punching
that
the
later.
dude.
Hey,
Yeah,
he
we'll
still-
talk about that.
I seen that shit too.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's an explosive wave of just that sluggish laziness, and everybody's getting that.
Yeah, I felt
everybody's
like that
home
last week, bro. The first 3 days of my last week, I promise you, just laying in the bed like I don't want to do nothing. And every time I got up, I got tired. And it felt better on my body to lay down than it was to get up and move and shit.
I'm telling you. See, and that's the cool thing, and that's the gift and the curse of it. Because even though I feel this, I still have that thing that I gotta get up. I still got that thing that potentially drives me.
Yeah,
No rest for the weary.
Between accomplishing everything that we got going on here, and going to work and being able to keep up and upkeep the providing, you know what I mean, for myself and those around me. You know what I'm saying? So,
facts.
you know, I take it for what it is, man. I'm blessed, man. You know, and thank God that I am blessed the way I am. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But you know, we here, man. It is the Mellow Room. We gonna get into a joint, man. I feel it's only right. Let's liven up the mood. I've been itching to hear a lot of this new music too. You know what I'm saying? I heard some of Ground Wave, you know, because I got the link. You know what I'm saying, from Hanzo Blaze like you did. You know what I'm saying? But so I checked out. You know what I mean? And I was definitely pleased with what I was hearing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was more than pleased with what I was hearing. You know what I'm saying? Shit sounds super dope. And I told you something was going to sound super dope because the project that they had the video for that I
the video that you kept talking about.
That kind of like, that, you know, if you watching a movie and you catch that suspense moment, that was that. You know what I'm saying? So, for them, shout out to them,
the whole
man.
visual effect and shit.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to them. They gave the visual before we got the product. You know what I'm saying? Which is super dope.
I don't want to shoot into a Grime Wave one right now.
No, we can jump into something else.
I actually want to go to Lou OD's Corona.
Okay.
Corona Out. So if Eddie, you would pull up that song for us.
I got you.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Man. It's been cool for me, yo, because, you know, just getting started and everything and having little hiccups, man. And last night we were able to get an artist in here and get him good work done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look around, man, everything's tightening up. So, man, I'm in a good mood this week.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping, you know, through this month, man, we just build like a good customer base, man. Start
that's gonna come.
making
You know
it move,
what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, we put it here. You know.
Hell yeah.
It's just time to watch it work. You know what I'm saying? Because the people are inquiring. That's the dope thing about it. Shout out to all those who have been inquiring. Because don't think, you know, I ain't been paying no mind to you guys at all. You know, I see people in the street, they asking me. Every time I come to grips or come passing with somebody and they got an idea of what's going on, they asking. You know what I'm saying? So
we out here.
Now that the actual website's up and running, I can actually just give them that, and that does the rest.
We've already hit 200 views page of the website, man.
That's what's up, man.
So, you know, it's clicking out there. We know.
Yeah, definitely, man. And we
give me feedback.
That.
Anything you want on the page, man. It makes it simpler. I will not be really interacting with the people viewers as the podcast goes on, but I'll interact with you more through the website. So, you know, shoot some feedback, yo.
Yeah, man.
Yo, with that being said, yo, Lou OD, Corona Out. We're going to play that shit right now. Shout out to Lou OD, man.
Big shout out to Lou OD.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, here we go.
Hey, MK. Hey, woo. Alright. Hey. All of my rocks, they clear. Diamonds is dancing, they look like they popping out. Couple of bands in my jeans, got your bitch and she helping me count it out. All of my rocks, they clear. Diamonds is dancing, they look like they popping out. Couple of bands in my jeans, got your bitch and she helping me count it out. Two hoes going dumb, and she let the other one eat her out. I'm fucking her once, you probably gon' take her out. Got work on the raid, with all of this work, I gotta go dump it out. It's Lou OD. What the fuck is you talking about? At 10 years old, I had to go and leave from my mother house. Left in my father house. Had to get me another route. Had to learn how to flip an ounce. Put food in my daughter's mouth. Step back cause I got it now. Sit dead and let the corona out. All of my rocks, they clear. Diamonds is dancing, they look like they popping out. Couple of bands in my jeans, got your bitch and she helping me count it out. All of my rocks, they clear. Diamonds is dancing, they look like they popping out. Couple of bands in my jeans, got your bitch and she helping me count it out. All of my rocks, they clear. Diamonds is dancing, they look like they popping out. Couple of bands in my jeans, got your bitch and she helping me count it out.
We back. Here in the Mellow Room, it's your boy Ooze, man. Shout out to Lou OD. That was his new joint. What's it called?
Corona Out.
Corona Out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, everybody took advantage of the Corona wave.
Yeah.
That's like the 10th nigga I know. Well, I don't know him personally, but you know, we fuss with each other now. Yeah. It's like the 10th person I know to make a Corona.
yeah. I mean, everybody's gonna have their take on it, and you know their exchange on it.
Yeah.
You know, can I put it that way, for lack of better words? You know what I mean? But we are. That's that was his take on it. You know what I'm saying? And always, what caught me there was the beat. He always got an interesting choice in beats.
Yeah, he got a good beat selection, man.
Mm-hmm.
We fall in the same realm of shit, man. Like,
yeah, man.
I'm usually got the good beat selection, and I appreciate other niggas. When they on a track, you could tell like they use certain beats. I like to jump all over the place, but
yeah, definitely. But shout out to Lil OD, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big ups to Lil OD, everybody else. If you're an artist, man, you want to send your music in, send it to the email address is MELLO-ROOM 1025, all one word, at gmail.com. Also, again, hit us up at studio1025.com, man.
Indeed. Also, don't be afraid to like, share, pass the word around. Tell your friend about us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend.
Word
Send
up.
it back again, you heard?
Uh-huh.
But
And that what leads us into today. Today in hip-hop history. So you got some interesting one here.
And it's the top of the month, too.
Yep, top of the month. And the first one is very interesting.
Okay, let's see where we at.
Let's see here. So the first one is one of my favorite, Wu-Tang Clan. They released their debut single, Protect Your Neck, May 3rd, 1993. Protect Your Neck was one of the ill joints, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man.
As a single, yeah.
And that's dope, too, because if you know, like, all right, so they released it around then, so that was something to heat up going into the summer. You know what I'm saying? It was always cool.
So
when
that
you
means
caught
we
records
must be
around
getting
this
into the release of 36.
That was my jam, yo.
Possibly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So that should be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Well, possibly. We definitely gonna look it up because you got to remember back in the day they kind of released like 2 singles, 3 singles.
They would release like 1 or 2
album.
singles, and then they would release the album. That's why I said a couple of. But do you remember having them releasing another single from 36 Chambers, other than Protect Your Neck and Enter the no, what is it called?
That may have been the only radio single.
Right.
Possibly.
I know there's another song
have
that
to
was
Google
played
that
on the
one.
radio before. I can't think of the fucking name of the song though. But yeah.
But definitely, man. Shout out to Wu-Tang, man. That's super dope.
Hell yeah. Fucking, I'm a big Wu-Tang fan, man.
That was right there, the launch of it all.
Yeah.
You might as well say. You know what I'm
Yeah, and then not to go too far, but you notice lately, like RZA has been really relevant in news lately. He's getting his recognition for being a great producer with the battle and everything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's one thing.
He got the Men of Mice. He got the TV show, which I'm fucking hoping they come with the second season soon, man.
You gotta look it up.
We need that second season.
Because that's a Hulu.
Yeah,
show,
I got Hulu,
you know what
so
I mean?
it ain't pop up on my shit yet.
I'm sure if you look it up online, you can see like a date or something like that.
Release date or something.
Yeah, because I actually did some digging on one of the shows that I've been checking out, and I actually seen like the next season is a year and some change out.
Oh, damn.
It's like 2021.
Yeah. No, actually, you say that. I did see something about it a couple months back that it was coming, that the second season was coming.
Yeah,
but I just haven't seen it yet. So, you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
And speaking of, we got second up on the list, Master Ace Incorporated released their second album, Sitting on Chrome, May 2nd, 1995.
Shout out to those guys.
Master Ace, there was a group, and what is it? Sitting on Chrome. So go check them out if you haven't never heard of them. Some good cultural hip hop from back in the days, man.
Do your Googles.
Oh, speaking of, here's another cultural artist, and his brother Ali. He released his second album, Shadows on the Sun, May 2nd, 2003. So this is not that far back in history, but I guess 2003 is history now.
I'm like, man, how can you not say that, bro?
But
You almost 20 years away from it. Yeah, you almost 20 years
That's
away
why I said
from it.
2003 is
That's
history.
history, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You said that shit like,
I was a
damn,
grown
wasn't that
adult in
yeah,
2003
you said, wasn't
and
that
shit,
yesterday?
nigga.
Yeah, me too. But you know what I'm saying? It's like you thinking about it and you really like, damn, that shit felt like yesterday.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, that's history, brother.
Yeah, so shout out to Brother Ali. Man, go check that out if you're interested in finding out what kind of music he gets into.
Just a FYI real quick, that was Cream on the Wu-Tang, the second single.
Cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you think about it,
forget
yeah,
that
so you
one.
figure, all right, they
It's on
put
my
out.
fucking arm and I couldn't
So
think
you
of the name.
figure you figure out 2 singles.
was
That
a
could have
big
been
one.
a September release.
Well, Cream From
No,
May?
the album.
Oh, okay.
The album could have been like a September, October.
I'm
release.
surprised that we've never gone over it, have we?
I'm sure we have. With all, I mean, we in our second season. How many episodes we done did now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
we done came across it.
Well, we didn't do Today in Hip Hop History back then.
Very true. Very true. So yeah, you never know.
So with celebration of Today in Hip Hop History, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one up is Jaz-O.
Ah,
He released his debut album, Word to the Jazz. And that was May 2nd, 1989.
most definitely. That also had the Hawaiian Sophie
Yep.
thing going on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
And
that
he's
was
got a panther on his cover.
that was the birth of Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? As we know it
Big
today.
figure.
And fun fact, I believe that's Jay-Z's chain on his neck
Which one?
in the album cover.
Mm.
I believe I was watching the documentary. I don't know if it's that one,
Mm.
but you know they were saying that like Jay-Z, he already had dough
Yeah, bro.
and he had chains and shit. So you know they used to wear him through the videos and shit. Oh, you ever heard of Nardwar?
Yeah.
Yo, Nardwar is a fucking pretty dope interviewer,
He
bro.
is. He's
He
probably-
actually got
he's
to
probably the
interview
best.
Jay-Z, and he brought up this old shit about Jaz-O and his chains and shit that nobody be really knowing about and shit. So that's kind of where I heard it. I don't remember if it's this album cover or if it's a picture from one of their shoots or a video or something they did. But they were wearing Jay-Z's chains that Jay-Z already owned and shit like that.
Yeah, it ain't a rumor no more because so many people done said it, man. But they always said his bread was on a different level. You know what I'm saying? So to hear about the chains and the extravagant, the champagne and all that, he ushered that in really with his wave. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
facts. That gave the culture a whole different look at what we consider to be hip hop.
Yeah, big shout out to Hove, man. Hove ushered in a lot of different things that, you know, I mean, granted, a lot of people do things and don't get the credit they deserve for it. You know what I'm saying?
Of
But
course.
he really was changing the cultural wave in itself. You
And he
know what
still
I'm saying?
is.
And still is. And he's still a thriving force in that field. You know what I'm saying? So
Hell yeah.
shout out to him, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jay and Jaz-O and that whole movement came out of there. Next up, Pete Rock. Pete Rock released his second solo album, Peacestrumentals, May 1st, 2001.
Damn.
Big name in hip hop.
Yeah, big dude in hip hop. Pete Rock was actually one of my favorite artists too back then. When he used to do he did a song with Ghostface and Inspector Deck.
Yeah, and you just got to remember from all his early shit with Pete Rock, CL Smooth.
Yeah,
you know
I'm gonna get into Pete Rock and CL Smooth shit.
Yeah, man.
But he had that one that sample. That's why I was bringing it up. That Inspector Deck used in his song, and it was a Pete Rock sample. But Pete Rock also rapped on the song. It's that do 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 do.
Yeah. Nah, I know which one.
Yeah, that's
it
one
is.
of my favorite joints and shit, yo.
Yeah, big shout out to Pete Rock, man.
Oh, here's an interesting group that you don't really hear too much about, but I definitely remember the name of these.
Who that?
And that's Black Alicious.
Black Alicious.
Yeah, but released their second album, Blazing Arrow, April 30th, 2002. See, now these people, like, there was a group called The Spooks. Do you remember them?
Yes.
See, they like fall in those genre of people. They were like these
I like them.
like
What
Afro.
happened, Ed?
I said I like them.
The Spooks? Yeah, they were the shit, yo.
Yeah, the Spooks had some shit. That's
But
why
they were
you
like those
remember.
Afrocentric, like, you know, like
almost like a Dead
underground.
Prez.
Yeah, but like way more, not as political as Dead Prez, but more spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I think Black Alicious is what it was that too as well.
Mm-hmm.
They had that same kind of feel of music. Let's see who we got here next. Okay, I'm not familiar.
Except for Meal.
I'm not familiar with the name. Steezo sounds familiar, but it says Stephen Williams, better known as Steezo. He passed away April 29th, 2020.
Wow.
Rest in peace.
So rest in peace to Steezo. I'm sorry that I'm not more
He
familiar.
passed away just a couple days ago.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I wasn't familiar with Steezo. And rest in peace. And I hope they don't fucking tell us it was coronavirus.
Yeah, man.
Look.
Damn, don't you say that? Yeah.
Word up.
Oh, here comes another. Yo, in the past couple months we've been pulling these guys up a lot.
Who that?
The Roots. And they released their 8th album,
Yeah.
Rising Down, April 29th, 2008.
Shout out to Black Thought. You know what I'm saying? Questlove and the gang.
Yeah, all of them. And I've always was in love with the Roots. Like we had that. I think we talked about it last week.
Yeah, I
About
mean,
we've
we've talked about them quite a few times.
about the
on
whole
show.
Storch used to-
the whole
used to be
band
in the
and rapper
Roots.
thing.
Huh?
Scott Storch used to be in the Roots.
Yeah. He did a lot of production with them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But big shout out to them, man, because those guys there, they definitely don't get the mentioning that they deserve, but they've been around a long time and they contributed. They definitely put their hand in on the contribution to this.
They put a lot of artists on too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the Roots has been the shit ever since they started, and they still are. So,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to the Roots. Shout out to a gentleman who I kind of try to model my business mind after. Kind of inspiration to what I do with the music and the studio and everything. Just watching him start and still be in the industry, but be like so silent, you know. And if those clues don't give it to you, it's Master P. And he was born April 29th, 1970. Like, I really like Master P's style. I like him, and I like Dame Dash as, like, corporate hip-hop dudes, you know what I'm saying? Because Master P, he literally started out the basement, like, you know, out the dirt, and built
that's a whole fact.
his own empire, not off the backs of other people's empires.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate that. And the reason why I say Dame Dash is just his mentality. Is like, you know, it's not so much his ethics or his work and shit. It's just the mentality he has as a businessman. I kind of try to, you know, model some of it after.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't see that much success and people not want to model a business after you.
Right, exactly.
It kind of just, that wouldn't make sense, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and another dope ass MC, man. Really big in hip hop, got a huge history. Too Short. Too Short was born.
Short
He
dog.
said, the world is filled with pimps and hoes. I'm just talking about those I
It's a
know.
whole fact. Yo, Short, that's one, he's definitely one of those people that, you know, when it's all said and done, like, when you really go back to look at his contribution and his wave-changing experiences in the
He's
game.
just a whole different style of everything.
Yeah. And he just, you know, he gave you that game, you know what I'm saying? And he just made it to where it was like point blank, we ain't gonna dance around it, this is what it is. You
Right,
know what
facts.
I'm saying? Shout out to Short, man. I
Yeah, shout
definitely
out to Too
been a
Short.
Too Short fan.
His birthday was a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
1966.
Big pioneer in hip hop, yo. If you go back and do your history and look at it, yo, he was one of the first artists to sell tapes out the trunk, you know what I mean? And really get it popping like that. Like they was
one of his original hustles, man.
Yeah, definitely. That's a whole fact.
they was still burning records at that time too. You know what I'm saying? Like you get your music done in the studio and print it to records, and
Yeah,
they would
print it to
shop them out
record.
back then. And
Damn.
and they was
He
they
just-
was
he
get,
was
they was
just-
getting
he
their
was just
bread like
taking
they
that
was
and burning
their
it
own
to the
company.
tape.
I didn't know that.
He was selling LPs though.
Yeah, and
Records,
tapes,
right?
and tapes. Yeah,
As a whole
He was
album.
selling records.
Yeah, he
No,
was
no,
that's
selling
how they
he was
started.
selling-
They started selling out the trunk,
No,
and
I'm
they
saying
was
he was
making
actually
they.
selling records, right? Like
Yeah.
the circle of records.
That's
wanna
what I'm talking
I
about.
mean, that's why I say I want to say that's how he became familiar with the Jay-Z, the Scarface, because they all were on the same kind of grind around the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Short
it's
been in
kind
the
of
game
dope
for
when
a
you
while.
think about it, because that kind of started its own coalition amongst artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at that point in time, you had Hove, who was doing his thing in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You had Scarface, who was doing his thing in Houston.
So not to throw you off, but
Mm.
if there was a Rushmore, Too Shorts on it.
Definitely.
I think if you're
definitely.
picking one artist to represent a coast, yeah,
That and just being a pioneer
for their coast.
of stuff,
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah. So we looking at Too Short, definitely one of the Run DMC niggas' faces.
Mm,
For the East Coast.
I mean, I don't know, because I think that was more Russ putting his brother in position with that. You know what
So
I'm saying?
would
Russ-
you put,
Russ
Even though
goes
they
up
were
there.
rap-
Would you
even
put
though they
Russ
were
up
rapping,
there?
As a
he
pioneer, yeah.
He kind of has his own. He would have his own place, kind of like the Lincoln Memorial over there in DC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Lincoln's still on Rushmore.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true. But I would say, like, we talking about artists who really innovated themselves.
I was just
Too
in, I
Short,
was just in the general. I was
Scarface.
just in the general hip hop sense. If there was a hip hop Mount Rushmore, what would be the four faces? Now you say.
I mean, it all depends on what are you giving them that space for. If you're giving them that space just for hip hop talent and skill,
no, it has to be the talent. It has to be the influence,
contribution
and the change. The change
to the
is
culture.
what's the most important.
then I don't know if they would be on it because they didn't have
And
all of that
my
in those,
question was,
in
'cause you
those
were saying, like, they
categories.
kind of originated the selling out of the trunk thing.
Now that is an innovative entrepreneurial aspect, and if you want to, that's why I said
And that created a huge lane further down
and
the road.
that created
so
that lane for that coast. For that coast. You got to say, all right, he created that lane for West.
Right.
Scarface created it for the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? You had Master P creating it for the South.
Right.
You had Hove creating it for the Northeast.
Yeah.
So if you want to break that down, that's 4 artists right there.
And that was,
That if we're gonna go innovated,
but out of the 4, you got to pick one.
what you mean you got to?
You got to go before that too, because you got down here. You also got Uncle
All right,
Luke.
but this is my thing.
Yeah, you do. You got Uncle
You
Luke.
got
You got a lot of
people.
people.
And that was
4P.
my point. But who would be the originator? The originator would be the one that you would put up there as making a change in the whole aspect of hip hop. Because the originator, the first, whether it be Too Short or whoever was doing it first, would kind of open the lane, which created
For
the
everybody
change.
else.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Definitely, but that's why I say you got to look at it because there were a lot of artists at that time that for their area and for their region they were doing that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? They definitely were doing that. And
That's
like
actually
I said,
a pretty good thing. We should off air. We should try to come up with an actual Rushmore.
Yeah, that's a
would be
good
dope.
question. That is a good
that
question.
would be dope, and it'll be something that could be. It's
Debated.
definitely going to
It
be
could
debatable.
debated. It don't gotta
You know
be
what I'm
my
saying?
answer.
But
I'm just saying
we would have to first figure out what would be those qualifications to get you there. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be impacting change. It's gotta be like the first nigga to release a hip hop album is one of them.
See, but
you know what I'm saying?
But there's people that weren't the first to do it, but they have a bigger impact and change on things.
Exactly. So
like
Diddy. Let's make a
Diddy
reference.
has a very big impact
Let's make a
and
reference
change
to
on
the
things.
presidents. George
would have to go
Washington
up there.
obviously started the first presidency, so he's up there.
The whole presidential.
Right, he's up there. Then you got a person like Abraham Lincoln who freed his slaves, which was a huge thing for America. All right, so let's go back to hip hop.
Help
Like
free the slaves.
who?
So he helped free the slaves.
Yeah.
I don't know if he released all of them.
Well, there's a whole thing behind that we ain't getting into. But
Yeah,
I'm just trying to give you an example. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of what got them on the rock.
Right, and Benjamin Franklin's up there, and he was not even a president. You get what I'm saying? So that would be like a Rick Rubin. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have people like that all over the place that would have to set your 4 tones of people. So like I said, the first one, if we were to go with a George Washington example, like who was the first person to really make hip hop mainstream? You know what I'm saying? Or who
Quincy Jones.
Who?
Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones.
That's a good candidate.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's a very good candidate.
That's the most popular hip hop song of all time.
That was
True.
a very good candidate. And that was dope. That was very.
But
that was
now you
actually
see
a
what
very
I'm
good
saying?
candidate.
Like, it don't gotta be the actual artist or like a producer. It could be just the people involved.
Yeah, no, I definitely
with the
feel what you're
movement
saying.
and shit.
I definitely feel what you're saying because that make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? And then to hear that type of person thrown into the mix, that is where my mind would go back
Right.
to a person who's been there from like the beginning.
Exactly. And then Diddy
know
was
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
one too, only because Diddy has done so much with Bad Boy and the start of everything that he built, man. You know what I'm saying? That just kind of he's had a lot of artists that came in the game that we didn't know about, you know, then they go somewhere else and shit like
Well,
that.
yeah. I mean, he got a lot of artists that on their original. I mean, and even the artists that we are very aware of, we tend to forget how much he was involved with their come up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like his involvement with their come up was crazy. You know what I'm saying? For artists like Mary J. Blige,
Yeah.
Jodeci, you know
Right.
what I mean? Like you got to look at it when you look at it and you break it down into that scope. And that's one thing about it. That's why those battles, you know, not to dive way off of what we're talking about, but that's why
Yeah, I
those
know.
battles been so impressive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them kind of re-intunes you with who they are and what they had hands involved in.
Yeah.
Right. You get to see the catalog.
Especially
Yeah,
a lot of people
definitely.
don't realize what goes into making a song: the producer,
Yeah.
the engineer, the songwriter, the singer.
I think before
so-
this, and that's crazy because not even, but I think like before this year, your most informative areas would be like, you know, those channels on like Spectrum that they play the music, but it's no video or
Yeah.
nothing. It's just formative facts about the
Yeah,
artists and shit like that. Cause those channels are actually dope. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
I
like
actually,
those channels.
I'll play that shit before
I don't have
like
it no
while I'm
more,
getting
but I know
ready
what
for
you're
work
talking
and shit
While
like
you
that.
cooking or something.
Yeah, and while I'm doing something, you know what I mean? And actually you could catch, like my girl does it all the time. So I'm coming in and I'll catch a fun fact about an artist. You know what I'm saying? Or some
yeah.
shit like that. You know, but that's why it's dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely another time we're gonna come up with a Rushmore, or at least our own, and then we can debate that shit.
Yeah, we have to.
All right, next up, which he could go on there, but this would be more of a Rushmore of MCs. And we talking about Big Pun.
Okay.
And
Definitely.
Capital Punishment. Big Pun released his debut album, Capital Punishment, April 28th, 1998.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. to Big Pun, man.
Yes, rest in peace, Big Pun.
The whole
Was
Terror
definitely
Squad.
a dope MC and had so much more potential, you know.
It was very dope.
Unfortunately.
It was very dope. And yeah, man,
he
I
was
think
up there.
that's something that we didn't get. That like, if we would have got that from him more time,
Yeah, he's another biggie, man.
I think if we'd have got more time from him, he would have given us a more of a surpass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And plus, the way the genre has split up so much, he could have fell into more genres, because really all we had was R&B and regular hip hop, and he did both. So you know there was really nowhere else for him to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I seen something on one of the people's page, one of the homies' page on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And it was talking about like the hardest Spanish rapper like
Yeah.
right now, and I think it was like I seen Axel De Leon was mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I haven't heard him. I haven't heard any of his music, but
Oh man, you ain't never heard Axel from the Bronx, from the BX?
no, I haven't heard him yet.
He
no.
must. He was like, you know, he be on his own wave. He got his own wave. Actually, shout out to Ed, you know, Flacco.
Yeah.
You know, that fuck with us.
Eddie.
Family, you already
Yeah.
know Ed, you know what I'm saying? But check out Ed, because Ed always got a lot of, Ed been
That's from
posting
Pennsylvania,
Axel.
that's why.
But Ed been posting a lot of Axel music for years now, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So if you really want to get in
Okay.
tune with who he is,
Right.
Ed could put you right in tune with
Oh,
who
yeah, I
he
can
is,
talk
you
to
know
Ed,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? But nah, he got a lot of joints out, you know what I mean? His music catalog is crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I guess what'll give you more relevance to him right now is like, you know, and rest in peace to Fred the Godson, you know what I'm saying? Because he just passed away
Yeah,
recently
yeah.
too from the whole COVID
Yeah.
situation.
Rest in peace, Fred. Man.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit
But
was stupid.
he actually, you know, when Fred was in the hospital before it took that turn for the worse, he put out a video on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And it was the which challenge? The cold summer challenge.
Oh, cold. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he did the cold summer challenge. You know what I'm saying? And on the cold summer challenge, everybody his definitely got the most.
Yeah.
Talked
I
about.
didn't. You know, have I seen his?
You know, and he walked on
I
it.
might have seen his. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
remember.
pretty sure you have, because everybody reposted it. All celebrities reposted
Yeah,
it.
right,
It was
right.
crazy. You know, his got the biggest response
Okay.
by far. You know what I'm saying?
There was another dude that spit some ill shit. I think it was just a regular dude that he got a big following too on that shit.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name though. Sorry.
yeah, man.
Not a name remember.
But nah, man, you know, but shout out to him, man, because he definitely, you know, and like I said on that conversation when they were speaking about it, as far as with Spanish rappers, his name was up there. He was getting a highly
Alright.
mentioned.
I'm gonna
right
look
now.
into it.
You got the honorable mention, definitely.
Yeah, and that's why I was said, like, you know, because, you know, when people talk about that topic of it, you know, pun is always gonna come up as that superior alpha for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because just like Biggie, we only got 2 albums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's what I was saying with Pun. That's what sucks is like he's like fell into another realm of a Biggie because there was only so much music we got out of him until he had passed.
Yeah, it's like, can you imagine what you would have got out of 5,
Right.
6 albums?
But I also understand
Word
why
up.
people who are fans of Biggie and Pun are so adamant about adding them into the mix because just what we got alone was great enough.
Yeah, what they gave you was timeless greatness.
Right,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
You
That's
know,
what they gave
you ask any Puerto Rican right now, any age, you put a Pun song on and they know that shit back to back. You know
Yeah,
what
and
I'm
they
saying?
have no problem. You know what I'm saying? They gave us timeless music. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of art, and that's the beauty of what we do.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to both of them. Rest in peace to both of them. You know what I'm saying? But like I just said, like, can you imagine 6 albums of Biggie?
Yeah, that's one of those
6, 7 of Pun.
Pun's one of
That
those
would be
artists.
only in my play deck. Like you be like, yo, what you listen to? I be like, Biggie.
Yo, Pun is one of those artists that if he was still here, you know what I mean, it would have changed the whole climate of the industry.
Yeah,
Then
definitely.
I don't know.
the climate
I don't
would have
know.
been
I don't know.
completely different. I feel
I
like
think it
I
wouldn't have
think
changed
so.
the climate so much. I just think a lot of the people that we seen come into the game and be kind of like in and out, like blew up, but didn't make it like past that. You know, like we don't hear from them a year or two.
that
Yeah.
I
space
don't
wouldn't
think
have
we
been
would've
there.
having those people.
Yeah, that space wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, that space wouldn't have been there. Just for your little quick 15, that's 15 wouldn't have been there for those certain people.
I don't know.
Because I still think they would
I
have
feel like those
pushed.
15 minutes of fame. I feel like those type of joints in which you're referring to.
Right.
I feel like those are those joints that happen and nobody's able to do nothing about.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
nothing to
Like,
go after it. There's nothing to follow up.
it's just whether it's a one-hit wonder or whether it's a person who had a string of a couple good songs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's God working. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
That's that nothing was gonna stop that from happening. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when they made the song, God, it just became one of his favorite records, and he was like, "Yo, this ain't. We're not gonna let
Well,
this
I
get
would
put
hate
away."
to bring up the example, but a person
You
like
know.
Tekashi, that type of music in
But-
New York might not exist
See,
with a
but-
Pun and a Biggie around.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have. And
And
well, no,
that's
no,
what
no,
I
no, no,
mean.
no, no. I can't say that. I can't say
I
that
said
because
might not
when
exist.
Pun and Big was around, you had Onyx.
Right, but
So
Onyx
and his
wasn't
music was
portraying what
no,
the
he
homeboy was
wasn't.
doing.
They weren't. Nowhere in hell were they.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were giving it up just like how they were rapping.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? One thing about it is that his sound and that
He gave you the Onyx
rowdy,
feel.
edgy, you know what I'm saying? That's where he pulls from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't say that music wouldn't have gotten the exposure that it did.
Well, he's not the one who invented that music, but I'm
You
just
know.
saying the personality itself.
His
coming out of
personality.
New York.
His
You know
personality.
what I'm saying? If
well,
it
I mean,
happened in Detroit
I
and there was a
can't-
Tekashi that came from Detroit or LA,
I can't say that because everything's timing.
right? But I
You know,
I
and
don't
even with Biggie and Pun gone, we still got Fat Joe. We still got
think
Jay-Z.
Fat Joe was locked up.
We still got I mean, Fat Joe out.
He was
been
locked
out.
up when Tekashi came out. No,
Nah, not really. He came home kind of like right before then. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But what I will say is we still have him. We still have Hove. We still have Nas. We still have
of
those
course.
those great legendary artists from that era.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you can't control what changes with time and the way things change with time. You can't control that. You know, and that's something that a lot of people stress over.
yeah,
You know, I always say this to people. If it's not something that I could physically put my hands on at that moment and change it, I don't stress it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Of course, there's nothing that you could do about
And
it.
in music, that is one of those things.
Yeah,
I can't control what the kids of 2024 are gonna like.
right. Of course you can.
You know what I'm saying? The same way artists from the 90s couldn't control what the kids of 2018 were gonna like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All they could do was hope that their sound is still relevant
Carries.
of 2018.
And that's all just takes place in what you do with your art.
Oh, of course.
But
Your platform.
my whole thing is Tekashi was a bad example because I'm not saying his music was bad. I was just talking about the character itself and the character representing
yeah.
a city in which would still have a Biggie and a Pun in it.
Mhm.
I just don't feel like that would be as prevalent. Not saying that the music wouldn't have came out and people wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah.
I just don't think there wouldn't have been a lane made already. You know what I'm saying? Like the music would have existed, the kids would have liked it. I just don't think the lane that Tekashi was in would have been created in New York with people like Biggie or Pun or Chinks Drugs or still with those
It's
people
hard.
being
That's hard to say because
with those people being big artists still.
it's hard to say that.
Because
man.
you say, yeah, we got Jay-Z and Nas, but
we still call it Tekashi.
let's look at what Nas does though. Like, you know, Nas releases albums, but he's more like they're all business to corporate
Yeah,
now.
they're
more
behind the
like
scenes.
they're like, all right, whatever.
They're
Let the little
behind-
nigga eat and
yeah,
shit.
they
you know what I'm
behind the
saying?
scenes. But that's what I'm saying. Even with them being behind the scenes and in these positions where something could have deterred it,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It didn't. And the reason why it didn't is because the kid kind of made himself before they got to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And which, that's why I say, even if those artists were still around, God bless them and God bless the dead. You know, even if those artists were still around, they wouldn't have been able to stop things like that, because
I'm not saying them personally, but
not
it's just
personally.
more people now.
Of course, but in today's world, we're in an era where you can make yourself.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
And if you're getting enough people to believe,
made it too easy.
Yeah, and if you're getting enough people to believe in you, all you got to do is start playing the part.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, you know, where he falls into play with that situation. Enough people were able to stand next to him and say, we believe in you. So all he had to do was play a part.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And that is the premise of where we're at in today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now,
but that's kind of falling apart now.
Granted, and it is, because times are changing. Now, granted, it's like saying, I think a better question of it would be, okay, would the gang culture have became such a big influence had you still had those artists? Because those artists came in.
That more
those artists came in.
The only reason I would believe that more is because we already had Pac, who didn't carry a gang culture with him, but it was involved with
That's true. But what I'm saying is, a lot of those artists came in and they really didn't. That wasn't the forefront of them.
Yeah, that wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't the gimmick that most artists, even if they were Bloods or Crip, were
Biggie,
coming in.
Like even with Biggie, no matter what ties he had, his forefront wasn't that, because that's not what he wanted to promote.
It was
you know
Bad
what I'm
Boy.
saying? Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing with like Snoop. Snoop came in a Crip. He let you know it was a Crip, but his shit was Death Row. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't.
But it's different because that was a very gang involved label.
Right.
You know what
and
I'm
that
saying?
was my point. That I still think that gang stuff would eventually came big because it was already prevalent within hip hop.
My thing is, would it have made it to where because you got to look at it. Gang culture became the forefront.
But because of the style, because of people like Wayne and Dipset looking flashy and carrying they flags.
Definitely. They showed that you could have swag and still be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely.
I think that it definitely would have happened because fashion and swag just came about. It's not, we just had different versions of it going through hip hop, whether it had been gang culture or androgynous culture.
But that's what I said. That's why I say that type of question is better when you talking about those artists and that. Not a Tekashi situation.
Yeah, I said that was a bad example. I was just trying to bring up the character of a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
You know, it would even be bad to bring up I can't say that nigga's name, but the nigga who got shot in Miami.
Yeah.
Like, he's even a bad example, but I'm just saying those two people themselves might not have the lane to be those people if there was more in hip hop that we grew up with a Biggie and a Tupac and a Pun. And even losing Chinks Drugs, and even losing who else was another dude we lost from New York that was coming up.
That's one thing I say, like, and
then look, Nipsey Hussle. So like losing a Nipsey Hussle opens up. There might have been lanes, but losing Nipsey Hussle opened up more lanes.
See, but that's where,
he's
like,
not
one
there
thing
to
I
fill
will say,
those certain lanes.
and this is like one thing I will say. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, I look at the kid's image. You know, I look at what sold with him. You know what I'm saying? That has always been around in hip hop. We just never paid homage to it.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the androgynous time of hip hop. Like when Prince was around, nobody wanted to.
But not even talking about Prince. Like in rap, it's been in rap. You know what I'm saying? Because you had Tech Nine, who had the red hair and all that when he first came in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that wild side has always been around. It just wasn't. It wasn't given the homage that you would expect.
It's
you know
just
what
that
I'm saying?
The kids coming up have been more, like you said, access to more things, more stuff to be absorbed so they can have a choice of what they like instead of growing up in Brooklyn and being like, nigga, you live here, you like rap, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, and rap niggas sell drugs and look like this, so you have to like that. So they got a different view. I get that.
Yeah.
I just still feel like my analogy. There was what's his name? Because I'm gonna use a recent person, Nipsey Hussle. You know, and Nipsey Hussle had kind of that smooth flow. You know, he was West Coast, but it was a little different than what you're used to with West Coast.
Yeah, most definitely.
But there was also still more lanes on West Coast.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more. But
he filled up one or two of them. Now that he's gone, now those two open up along with the other ones.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
If people who ain't jumping in these lanes now have two empty lanes to jump in, if he was still there it would be more of a fight. You get what I'm saying? To be able to get into those lanes with him and being a different artist.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So
I
that's
feel
what
you.
my whole argument about it is. And like I said, Tekashi and them were like bad examples only because of what came behind them.
Mm.
And it wasn't that their music was bad. It was just what came behind the stigma behind what he did.
Yeah, most
I feel
definitely.
like there's more controversy behind artists like that than there actually is their music being circulated.
Right.
I feel like the controversy is being circulated more.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that was a bad
It's more
example
of a, like
because of that. But I was just using them as the young kids because I really can't think of any younger kids in my head right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you though.
Yeah. But nah, I feel you, man. What else we got on today in hip hop? That was we kind of went off track.
Well, that's fine because there's only one more.
What's that?
And I'm not even quite sure of these people, but we're gonna get into so we can all look it up. Freestyle Fellowship. They released their second album, Inner City Griots, April 28th, 1993.
Okay.
And it's a pretty cool cover. It's 4 gentlemen on a stage, cartoonish, you know, and they got the crowd dancing and everything. So go check them out, man. It's called Freestyle Fellowship, man. I'm gonna go look it up because I've never really even heard of them.
And why'd
Shout
you
out to
find a
them.
song in there that you?
I know.
That
It always
93
happens.
was like, oh, that was my shit.
Like, oh man, I used to listen to that all the time and shit.
So the
And
90s
that's the
was
end
just,
of it. That's the end of today in hip hop.
Yeah, that's the end of today in hip hop, man.
Damn, it feels pretty short.
Yeah, the other one, the 27th was last show, and that's the infamous Mobb Deep, Murder Music.
Oh, okay. So yeah. We definitely did talk about all that. Damn, and that was my Murder Music. That was my shit.
Look, they
the 90s was a crazy time for music and
hold up.
entertainment.
Actually,
in general.
I'm gonna scroll down here real
Most
quick
definitely it was.
because it looks like they jumped ahead, and I seen it. So
See?
Seen it like
Good
a
thing I always ask
27-inch
questions like
Zenith.
no, they jumped ahead. Like we're gonna talk about this next week, but I seen it, and this is one of my fucking favorite shit ever. This is like my real introduction. 2 of them, the next 2. Naughty by Nature. Now they released their 5th debut album. I think we talked about this. 1999, Nature's Fury, 27th. But check this out. Raucous presents Sound Bombing 2.
That was my joint. Right
Yeah,
there.
man. Released
That was
Sound
my
Bombing
joint.
2, May 18th, 1999.
That was one of those you had to go to the Virgin Megastore on a Tuesday to pick up the CD.
And now these
that was the
are
joint.
real introductions to a lot of the hip hop artists that in the 2000s people started getting into, and that's like Mos Def, Eminem, what's that girl's name? Bahamadia, the girl with the
Bahamadia.
afro with the big earrings.
I forgot how you say her name.
Bahamadia.
That's how you say it,
right?
Bahamadia?
Yeah, Bahamadia. I can't remember these other guys' names right now and shit.
7L, Esoteric.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
J Rock,
Yeah, they were
Babu.
Yeah. The Beat
Remember the
Junkies.
Beat Junkies and shit?
Yeah.
Yo, that reminds me, man. Do you remember the Arsonists?
The Arsonists.
They were like 3 Puerto Rican niggas, yo, and they used to do boom bap rapping.
It rings a bell.
It does ring a bell.
It was on fire.
It does ring a bell. You
And
gotta
they
give me
did a
like
lot of music with
you gotta
like
give me like the
nonfiction.
front man's name and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I can't remember their names right now. Oh,
But
man.
it does ring a bell.
I
It
can't remember
definitely
their names.
does
I'll
ring a
tell you
bell.
later and shit. Yeah, but if y'all know about that music, man, go check out Sound Bombing 2, Raucous. Go check out Arsonist and check out Nonfiction and groups like that.
Yeah,
man.
definitely dope.
That'll lead you into a lot of the early 2000, late 99 kind of boom bap hip hop music that was out there that wasn't really getting played on the radio too much.
There was a lot. A lot of music from that era really didn't get. That era really didn't get the exposure it should have.
You know why though? Because the radio waves is being dominated by a certain record company in New York. You know, that was having string of hits. You know, with
Like Virgin Megastore.
artists like Mary J. Blige, Total.
Yeah, I mean, you can't
know what I
knock
mean?
what they were doing though, man. At that point in time,
The
what
Lox.
they were doing to the game was crazy.
Hell yeah.
Biggie,
Yeah, what they were doing to the game was crazy.
Little
So you
C's.
can't really deny or argue that.
Mace.
But on that note, man, and that is the end of today in hip hop,
Yep,
right?
that is the end of today in hip hop history. And with all those great fucking hip hop history people we went over, let's get into some great hip hop. And we really like these dudes, man. We really appreciate the music they do. They send us a lot. They send us a whole fucking albums of music. And that's Hanzo Blade
Shout
and
out to
the
Hanzo
Grime
Blade.
Wave. So we're going to go ahead and get right into a Grime Wave joint, man.
Yeah, man. Let's play. What is it? What is it?
I can't
Cesar
say
Flores?
the fucking name. Yeah, it's like Cesar Flores.
Cesar Flores.
The Hanzo Blade.
Yeah, well, it's Grime Wave.
Flores.
It's the
Oh, the
first
Grime
song in
Wave?
the Grime Wave.
It's
Like Sirius
even gonna-
Flores.
Sirius's.
Sirius Flores.
Sirius
Flores.
Flores. It has to be Latin.
By Grime Wave. Go ahead and load that up, and
Yeah,
man, we're
man.
going to get
Shout
into
out
that,
to
yo.
Grime Wave,
We
man.
don't know how to say the word. It's Sirius Flores.
They got a whole theme to
It's
what
that
they
joint,
do,
though.
man, and it's super dope. I ain't even gonna lie.
And I believe they have a video to that too. So if you want to check out Hanzo Blades on Facebook, I believe he got a video posted up for that,
They
man.
definitely do. So you can go check them out, and you can look them up on YouTube and all that as well.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and play that music, bro.
All right, here we go.
It's Grime Wave. Not playing with y'all motherfuckers, man. Nah, man. Grime Wave. Shit is epic, never been accepted. Just rejected as the reason that I'm so eclectic. Pull myself down, son, I'm well protected. Fuck your opinion because that shit's subjective. The lexicon exceptional, don't beat the method. Reap with the weapon, I'm a grind ball. Weary of karma, so I'm finna slide at the vibe wrong. Try walking a mile long in these kicks. The weak spit that steezless. Your freak chick come to my crib to appease dick. I'm the chief cause the speechless. Teach the kids don't go this way, down this way you gotta keep the blick. If the pigs come, son, I plead the fifth. Bleed the strip, I need that grip. You swag syphilis, nah, I don't need that drip. If you got a gut feeling, dog, heed that shit. Nah, man.
I always keep my rhyme scheme fresh, like my hygiene, yes, but I ain't rhyme sequest. I blow steam, lay it down, then I iron and press. Look at my eyes, son, you never see a sign of regret. Matter of fact, hang my fries with a side of respect. I'm trying to lead the new school and put the tribe on the quest. Paying dues, making moves, thinking twice when I step. Only real dudes let their enterprises connect. Fuck a S, real heroes got stripes on their chest. I suggest you never bite the hand that's signing your check. Food on the table is rotten like the lies in your breath. You can't save a host of wine, throw rice on your dress. And if it's all about the sex, swipe to the left. Before you sacrifice your life, yo, that's the price of your death. So many nights I lay in bed thinking, why do I stress when there's a war going on and we gon' fight to the death?
I remember nights up in the trap house. I remember nights up on the park bench. I remember nights inside my dad's house. I remember nights that I ain't need shit. Listen, trauma risen in the head, that's it. Wicked clear vision of a clear prism, bending light fractals from a fraction of an acid tabby near living. Pierce prison indebted from years of street living. People listen, on an Adderall, then 3 bumps of coke. Added seen the pockets padded, Adam if you wanted smoke. Adam in the garden slipping, sinning if you didn't know. Try to keep composure, post-mortem, shorty lost his soul. And that's a lonely road. Homies all around you, but you sitting trapped inside your fucking soul. Isolated tendencies, pitching pennies, he's known to broke. Working every single day to try to see better though.
We back.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Always.
Grime Wave, man. Shout out to Hanzo Blaze and the team,
Yeah,
man.
definitely dope music, man. I can't wait to get into the next couple jams. Matter of fact, yo, you must play a second
I was
one.
about to say we could go into a second joint because they did send us a nice selection.
Hell yeah, yo, Ed, yo, the second one on that list, man. Just play. I don't even
Oh, you
know
want
the
to right
name.
into the next one?
Yeah,
Okay, let's do that.
That's that Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon?
Blue Lagoon, man.
Grime Wave. Blue
Grime Wave,
Lagoon. You
Hanzo
already
Blaze,
know.
man. Niggas
Shout out
is
to the
ridiculous,
fellas.
man. Go
Okay.
shout out to them brothers.
That
Also,
remind me
man,
of-
hold on. Before we even jump into it,
Oh, my bad.
shout out to M-So Jizzle.
Oh yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
our
man,
brothers
I
out
seen
there,
him on
man.
the
They supposed to
check-in.
be sending us a new jam
I seen him on the
remix.
check-in. He said what it do. Hanzo Blaze is watching. Shout out to Hanzo Blaze as well. You know what I mean? And on that note, yeah, Hanzo, we're going to jump into another one of y'all joints right now. We just played, how was it you said again?
Circes Flores. I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Caesar's Flowers. That's what I just translated
He said
into.
flowers.
Yeah. We just played that joint, and I've been telling everybody about that for a minute because that's one of my joints. But we're going to get into another one of their joints as well, man. So you got
Blue
that queued
Lagoon.
up?
Yes, sir.
We're going to get into Ground Wave Blue Lagoon, man. Shout out to you fellas, man.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
MELLO-ROOM, baby.
It's Grind Wave, gang. Great division, motherfucker.
Fucking Hanzo Blaze.
You know the deal,
Mo
son.
Ruckus, man. It's a motherfucking grind wave. You know what the fuck it is, man. Yo. Check this shit out, man. Hey yo, I'm bound to be the illest from the womb to the tomb. So my sound is for gorillas, not for food of the looms. Puffin' loud, counting figures in a room full of goons. Wildin' out with my niggas, drinking booze in saloons. Trying to clown in the river after chewing some shoes. They get down with your sister in the bluest lagoon. I'll take the husband, not the picture, so I'm shooting the groom. I'll be lounging in chinchillas, you still pooping balloons. You just a custy fucking junkie out here using a spoon. I'm spitting fire in the booth, these rappers puke from the fumes. Lyrical hitman for higher pissing through your platoon. Use a silencer to silence, yeah, I'm mute a buffoon. Strap a bomb to all your tires, lit the fuse and then boom. Any venom you assume is spew, my crew is immune. Yo, it's the grind wave, fools better move and get wound before we violate. Leave you with some bruises and wounds, motherfucker.
You have a preferred spot?
Yeah, the back of the head. But if I'm looking at you, the front of the head.
Rhyme overlord, son. I rhyme Vogelord, feeling like Voldemort. I go to war for my brethren, but I see me get the demon that's scheming up in my element. Elephant like memory, elegant phonetically. Transport the felony, son. I was serving starters. I could sense a rodent, from a certain aura. Hope they leave them laying rigor mortis. House riddled with bloody corpses, study corpus to medicum. As above, so is below. Don't rush it, let it come. If you shook, then get it gone. If you were crook, then close your gums. And look, I was the golden sun, rollin' with these coated lungs. Send in and get rid of these bogus bums. Mick with an ice pick, poke along, and for joke a lunch. In the older slum, son, I'm so scummy. Haters is tight mad, his soul love me. That old ugly, no peasant bitch, don't touch me. I was pitching snow to the snow bunnies, had their nose runny, I like to fold money. But you know I'm dreaming immortal. Try to take it out, push the sword through your torso.
Basically, it's against the rules because we ain't supposed to work for you. That's number one. Number two, the cops start asking you questions. They'll turn you everywhere but loose. You cannot stand up. You will not take the pressure. You'll go. And I'm in a jackpot. People I work for, they can ask them all kinds of questions. They look around like the sun is shining. He kept a lion around, you know.
A lion?
Yeah, when you didn't pay him the money, you used to send your dad to say hello to the lion. He had a lion down in the basement on President Street. He says, what, 20,000? He says, I owe this guy 20,000. Hey, look, I said, you go do the job yourself or you go find an amateur, and I'll send you cigarettes.
What kind of a guy was he?
To me, he was a good guy. I liked him.
Why was he crazy, Joey?
Well, that's because when he got nailed on a burglary one time, he copped the plea that he was a nut. So he got himself sent to a nut house for a while.
You
Live
already
and
know
direct.
we back in the building, live and direct for you.
MELLO-ROOM, man.
Shout
Every
out to
Sunday,
Grind
Sunday
Wave.
Fun Day.
That was that Blue Lagoon joint, and that joint right there was produced by Vic Grimes. That's another component
Shout out
to
to
joint's
Big
hot.
Grimes.
the Grind Wave movement. You know what I mean?
Feeling
So
that
shout out
joint.
to Hanzo Blaze and them, man. Y'all production is serious. The beats is serious.
Yeah, everything you got going on is serious.
Yeah,
brother.
man, y'all got a nice and also it's still hard for me to pronounce it, but the Hanzo also informed me that the Cherzay Flores or Cherzay Flores is actually cherry blossoms in Latin,
So you're learning something.
which is super dope.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's why I say like to get that type of message and content back in rap that's much needed.
That's what we need.
You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
Like that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And then it also bring more light to the track. Makes you pay more attention to the verses, to what they saying.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, man, big shout out to those guys, man. Like I said, everything y'all do is conscious, and y'all got a lot going on with the message that y'all bringing. So, shout out to you guys, man.
And your sound is dope.
Yeah,
Sound
sound
man.
is
We definitely vibe with that shit, homie.
That's a whole fact. So what up, Mike? What you got lined up, man?
Yeah, I
seen
ain't
you
got
working
nothing
with
real
things in
lined
the
up,
queue.
but yo, I was just scrolling through here and shit, and you ever heard of the rap snacks?
Yeah, actually I have.
Have you ever eaten one?
No,
What is it,
because
just
I haven't
chips?
found them in the stores yet. I haven't found them in a store near me or nothing like that yet. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen them in stores before.
But I
Rap
have.
snacks.
Master P has a line. Master P has, you know how they got top ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Rap Snacks also help with the production of Master P and his noodles.
Okay.
Little Bootsy has a line with his noodles.
Okay.
They also have the bag of chips. Fabulous got a bag of Rap Snacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen a bunch of people have rap snacks.
Yeah, Cardi B, I believe, had a bag of Rap Snacks as well. You know what I'm saying? They had a bunch of them, a bunch of different bags.
Well, they just added Biggie Smalls.
Oh shit! Shout out to
They got a rap snack.
Big. They should have been had that, man. That's the legend.
One is called Cookout Barbecue Sausage.
Uh-huh.
The other one is Hot Honey Jalapeno.
Okay, that sounds pretty dope.
You know, so I thought that was dope. I was just scrolling through. We were just talking about Biggie and all that shit. So
it's kind of dope, man, because in the past, I want to say the past couple years now, Big has been getting a lot of acknowledgement.
yeah, man.
You know, and I feel like it's the acknowledgement that he should have been getting very earlier.
Yeah,
To what happened and what was going on with him, but now he's definitely getting it. And
Well, he
you know,
was
better
big.
late than
It was
never.
like he had his following. He was big back then.
No, of course, man. But you know, being from Brooklyn, I understand the Brooklyn following because
Yeah.
I was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But to the world, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, we're
things
talking
like that.
We're talking about Europe.
His
and shit like
his
that.
name and his face is
China.
iconic to the word rap. You understand what I'm saying? So in the sense of that, there should have been a Rap Snacks with him. Pac.
Yeah, like they should. The
there
original
should have
rap
been-
snacks should have been like Biggie and Pac.
Yeah, you know, there should have been things of that nature with them involvement already
Yeah.
to it. You know what I'm saying? Because of their involvement with hip hop and just the way that they put on for it. These dudes lost their lives. to
Like
this.
the NBA has the symbol, the dude doing the, you know.
Yeah, like we want them to change the symbol to Kobe. Like
Right.
that's very, very and granted, it could have been Michael Jordan, how they were saying, but Jordan made his own brand and his own
Yeah, he already
symbol.
made his symbol
He
and
made his own
brand.
shit synonymous.
NBA would have to buy that from him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Kobe, like with his situation, that would have been dope for them to make the logo Kobe.
Yeah. But now I was saying for hip hop need like its own
Yeah.
person logo and shit.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Like
you
an
know what I'm
outline
saying?
of fucking Biggie Smalls or some shit.
some
like
type
that.
of some type of logo or
No,
something.
it's
you know?
the same, but yeah, I never tried. I don't know. I'm not a chip eater.
Mm.
But that's all they have is chips. They don't have like Cheetos.
No. I mean, yeah, they
Funyuns?
do. That's why I say they got
Okay.
the different styles of potato chips. They also had the ramen soups, the cup and
The
the
ramen
bags.
soups. Oh, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Boosie got soups, ramen soups.
Yeah.
That's
Master
dope.
P got it.
I want to see that shit.
Master P, Lil Bootsy. Who else was
You
it?
can fuck around and buy some.
Was it
I
Fab?
don't even eat top ramen no more. Shit
Somebody
reminded
else.
me of jail.
There's another artist that has a line as well.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man, shout out to them, man, because they definitely took it one step further with that.
That's what's up, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
I also was scrolling through here, and they've been doing a lot of these versus battles. You know, we talked about that. You know, all these legendary, excuse me, producers and beat makers and stuff like that. But nobody, no one brings up the women, man. No one ever brings up women.
Very true, very true.
And,
And not for nothing, there are some dope women battles that I wouldn't mind seeing.
Right, and one of them I wouldn't mind seeing, Erykah Badu and Jill Scott.
That would be dope.
And they said they're set for May 9th.
That would be actually dope.
So I'm gonna click on this one and see what it says here.
Yeah, check it out. a little
Badu
something.
all day on that one.
Huh?
I got Badu all day on that one.
Badu?
Her and
day.
Jill Scott.
I don't know, man. That's tough.
I think I will go with Erykah Badu.
Oops. I don't know why that popped up.
I will because I feel like Badu has a wider range as far as with track selection.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I would go with Badu on that one.
Man, listen.
But Jill Scott definitely got some.
So May
got a lot of
9th
hits under her.
May
She
9th.
does.
at
I don't take
7
nothing
p.m.
away from
Eastern.
Jill.
Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott. Says during quarantine, Miss Badu has done a couple of live streams, performances, But it's set to bring a catalog packed with window seat, bag lady, on and on. Yeah, I'm telling
Not
you,
for nothing.
Badu will kill it.
Yeah.
But
Not
Jill
for-
Scott got that voice in her music that give you the chills in your body when you be
I'm
like,
I'm not saying she doesn't. But what I'm saying is, track wise, look at the tracks you just named for Badu.
I'm about to bring them up.
And you was
Scott will have a stash of Long Walk, Getting in the Way, The Way, He Loves Me, and more.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So look, you got excited off of the songs you said from Erykah Badu. You ain't show no excitement with that right there.
Because I don't know the names. I probably know the songs, but I don't know the names of the fucking songs.
So my point exactly as to why I say Erykah Badu has it.
Because people ain't gonna know the
You
names
just
of Jill
validated my
Scott's
point.
songs.
Not that they're not gonna
She
know the
appeal more to
names.
hip hop people like you.
Yeah, exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Now the
Why?
R&B
'Cause Jill Scott
lovers,
is not hip hop.
the
She
R&B
been on some hip hop
lovers,
songs.
yeah, she has. But the R&B lovers that are more lovable to R&B, they're gonna
But
take
I like
Jill
R&B,
Scott.
so if I
love R&B
if I
too.
watch the verses and I recognize, I probably would go with Jill Scott because I like. I'm not saying Erykah Badu don't have a voice, but she's very soulful and has a lot of bounce to her music. Like you said, Jill Scott is a singer.
Yeah, it's
and
that
she
soul, that voice.
Right. And so for me,
I
the
get
chills
you.
is what matters for me.
I feel you, but watch, Erykah Badu gonna surprise you in that. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's any Erykah Badu song I can actually repeat lyrics of. I can't repeat the lyrics of Jill Scott.
And shout out to both of those ladies. You know what I'm saying? Because they both got some undeniable hits within their catalogs. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this may be the string of what we've been waiting to see, because you may see a lot more female battles coming away with this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. In the essence of hip hop, I would love to see like a Kim Foxy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let them go track for track.
That'd be dope.
You know what I'm saying? Even though we know Kim has a lot more of the commercial hits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people ain't gonna know what Foxy songs are.
Let them go in. You know what I'm
like
saying?
imagine they pull some Foxy shit from the Firm, like her verses, and some
you know
niggas
what
will
I'm
be like,
saying?
"What song is that?" and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that would be dope. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see it. You know what I mean? And it'll just bring a lot more to it. You know, let MC Light and Queen Latifah.
Yeah,
get
like
out there.
dope. Like,
You
see,
know
we
what I'm
need some
saying?
more of that. Like, I ain't gonna front, man. I like women rappers, and like the other day, you know, my anniversary was Friday. Shout out to my wife,
Yeah,
our
man.
10-year
Shout
anniversary.
out to you guys, man. Shout out to you guys.
Congratulations.
We was chilling with the kids or whatever, and I'm like, my wife is like, put on some 90s music. And I happened to just come across the Fugees. You know, so I was just like, well, I'm putting on the whole album to score, you know?
I'm telling you.
Poor kids, man, they were just sitting there like,
not knowing what's going on.
Mike said we're going
and
back.
I'm sitting here, I'm
way
singing
back.
Lauryn Hill's verses.
They're like,
and-
these guys like these things?
Yeah, but my point was, man, they need to put more women into the spotlight of these verses, man. Like these competitions they put in, like there are
be dope.
Like MC Light, man, she has a huge history in hip hop. Queen Latifah has a huge history in hip hop and TV and black culture itself.
And she also sings.
And she sings too.
Can't forget that.
Right.
And she produces.
like, we don't forget it, but they're not allowing for any of these new generations of women to see this, man. All they
that's
seeing
true.
is a Cardi B and the Nicki Minaj right now.
That's
and a
true.
Mega Stallion. You know what I'm saying? They ain't giving you the MC Lights and the fucking what is that in lack of a better word, heavy set dark skinned lady that's rapping right now. Forget her name. son.
Lizzo?
No.
Oh.
Not Liz. It might be Lizzo is one. Lizzo is one. But her style is still
It's more pop.
Yeah,
bubbly.
it's more pop. And
Yeah,
shit.
but not for nothing, man. It's a dope lineup of female rappers out there, man. Shout out to like Rhapsody, My Verse. You know what I'm saying? It's so many of them out there, and they actually did a
Hanzo said Jean Grey.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's so many of them out there, you know what I mean? And I actually they did like because they got that challenge that's going on IG. You know how everybody do the TikTok challenges and shit?
Yeah.
I seen the
Let's do
ladies
the dance
version.
thing.
I seen the ladies, you see the one where everybody look hurt 1 minute, then they do the touch up on the screen
Oh,
and they come back looking
those
crazy.
type of shit, yeah.
It was one of those challenges, and it was the ladies that did it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't tell me the wine glass one. Okay, we
wine
talking about a whole
glass.
different one then. Okay, never mind.
Nah, we are. We definitely talking about something else.
You're gonna get
But
me in
nah,
trouble and shit.
it was dope. It was actually dope. They each dropped a little, I think it was like 6 bars they each gave or something.
Oh,
like
so
that.
it was like a bar type thing where they dropped the mic and then somebody else do
Somebody
some shit.
caught it, you know what I'm saying?
okay,
And it
that's
was
dope.
going into
That's
the next
dope.
one. And every female artist on there right now has a tremendous back, and every female artist on there right now is making much noise in the game.
Yeah.
And shout out and salute to all of those ladies, because I actually checked it out and it was dope. You know what I'm saying? I even checked out some of the background footage from the shit. Like, they posted up on their IG pages.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's dope, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them got solid foundations and they're giving you bars.
I hate that about our hip hop culture is that a lot of women don't get the push like men do. You know what I'm saying? Like this challenge is cool that it's Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, but like you said, man, where's MC Light at? Where's the Brat at? Where's
Lauryn Hill? Where's Lauryn Hill at?
Where's Lauryn Hill at? Let's get some
or should
of
I
these
say
people.
El Boogie?
They don't even have to sing; they just play his music. You know,
Definitely. Like what we've been seeing with all the other artists.
Right, let these people see like what we got to hear.
My thing is just, a lot of times, like, you don't really understand history or where you came from, the origin of what we got going on. This hip hop shit is beautiful.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
and
saying?
there's
The
so
rap
much.
game, it blossomed into something that people never thought it was gonna be. It's accepted in places where people thought it would never be accepted. And there's people out there that have chose to take on the culture and emulate the culture in
and
ways
not only that, man,
that we thought we never see.
right. And
You know
with
what
that
I'm
being
saying?
said, that falls into the realm of people. Like we had talked about before, in the future, they're gonna be like Curtis Jackson. He's a film director guy, right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Queen
You know what
Latifah,
I'm
she's an
saying?
actor, right?
Which is why I
You know
say,
what I'm saying? We're gonna be
That's
like,
boo.
nah, but they started off as
That's boo.
which is why I say though, you know what I'm
you know
saying?
what I'm saying?
But which is why I say that this type of situation with what we have going on with the quarantine and people doing these battles is dope, because it's a way to refresh people of the history.
Right.
Kids right now that make music, and they're so, think about it, the number one driver for kids in this world today is the internet and the social media and the phones and shit.
The likes.
So
the
when you
fucking-
really look at it, this is putting it in their faces without them even noticing they wanted to see this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a crash course and it's a refreshment for them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you need that, because the history of what we have right now is crazy. It's beautiful. You know
it's
what I'm
crazy,
saying? Like,
it's more crazy that when we talk to these young kids and we say a name that we think carries on forever in future, and they be like, "Who's that?"
yeah.
And we be like, "You don't know who Jam Master Jay is?"
Yeah,
nigga?"
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
Never
and
heard
it's
of
crazy
Cormega?
because of that.
Yeah,
'Cause
and that's the crazy thing.
It'd be different if
we
I-
had young kids on the show. They were younger than us, you know what I'm saying? And we chopped it up with them, you know what I mean? And shout out to them, man, you know what I mean? That was Vic, the director, you know what I mean? They do their
Yeah.
thing. Dre, you know what I'm saying? And they did their one too. But you know what I mean? But it was crazy to see like what they didn't know.
Yeah,
You
like
know what I'm
it
saying?
would, it
And
would be
it's like-
different if we had named somebody like on here. What's his? A couple people we come across and be like, "Who the fuck was that?" And they didn't know.
Yeah, it's
But
like
we
saying,
were
all
talking
right.
about people like that are still talked about in hip hop all over the place, and these people were like, the kid was like, "Who's that?" and shit. We're just like, "No way, man."
And you want to know
crazy.
something? The crazy thing about it and the scary part about it is that it seems like it's like that for just the hip hop culture.
Yeah.
Because even if you look at the reggaeton side of the hip hop culture, your Bad Bunnies and all of those guys, they're very well aware of
where they originate
they're very well aware of their musical heritage when it comes to this. They're well aware of Tito Puente, Tito Nieve, Celia Cruz. They well aware of all those artists. You know what I'm saying? And they don't shy away from it. You know, if they ever get asked a question, they salute it and they give them the respect that they're supposed to be given. You know what I'm saying?
Even in Spanish culture, some women my age, they still appreciate old reggaeton. They don't even like the new shit really.
Oh yeah,
They
and
still
then
appreciate
if you
listening
think
to
about the
old shit.
reggaeton, you got like Evie Queen, Speedy, all those artists. Daddy Yankee, who was around for the original of it,
Right.
Tempo. You know what I'm saying? But those artists, they still get the respect.
I could never say this shit. Weezine
we see
said it right.
Yandel.
I always fuck the yee up part. I be like, Weezine.
Nah, we see Yandel.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they get the respect, that they deserve because they pioneered that wave.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not something. I don't know if maybe 20 years down the line, maybe they'll still get that same homage.
That's gonna be interesting to see.
That's gonna be interesting to see
where reggaeton stands in 20
because
years from
for
today.
Because for us, we lost the paying the homage to those guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, that's another thing with the quarantine that's been so dope. Like I said, I've been checking out everybody's shit. I've been checking out Fat Joe's, lives when he go live and he's chopping it up with different celebrities and stuff. And it would be dope because he'd be a dope like show host. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like a talk show or something like that where he's chopping it up with entertainers and different people, he'd be dope for it.
Well, even for us, man, as entertainers, this is almost kind of natural. It's kind of
easy. It comes natural. You know what I mean?
We can come up with questions in our head, but we don't gotta write that shit down.
Definitely, definitely. Lil Wayne, he even got the what is it, Young Money Radio, I think.
Oh yeah, he made one now too.
Yeah, he got a radio.
Yeah, I promise you, Nori is like opening the door for all these other dudes. That,
him and Joe Buttons.
Yeah,
Joe Buttons. You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of these people, they'll go on Nori's show, and then you'll hear like a month later, they be like, "Yo, you see, Lil Wayne got one now. This nigga got one now." And shit.
Well, it's not. Lil Wayne's really isn't a podcast. It's more of like a radio station kind of setup.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like how you would have like the 2-hour segment of a VJ.
Yeah.
Back in the day on the radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The kind of concept of what I told you about what I have to do with the whole video thing.
Which is coming soon.
And then having the shows also play the videos like they did. But that's the live here. Yeah, they're doing more of the audio, radio version of that.
Exactly. Okay. Which he has that, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of like your man
kind of super dope.
From Bone Thugs. He does his shit in the radio station, but they put a camera up.
Yeah, same shit. Yeah. Exactly. Same exact type of scenario, you know what I'm saying? The Lil Wayne shit is hot too, you know what I'm saying? They put a camera up in this shit, but the camera that they put up, it'll give you like footage for like World Star, YouTube, shit like that. You know what I mean? But shout out to him, man, because it's super dope. And he's another one that, is giving these guys a way to still give the world content.
Yeah, this versus thing happened to come out of the quarantine. But I like it, and I think what they need to start doing is putting more legends up and having a history battle type thing.
I think something got to spawn from it. Maybe like a game show of some sort. Maybe
a game show. Would you want to turn on UPN 9 and watch? I mean, I don't know. I probably would.
A game
show. Versus.
Well, maybe not a versus. But some type of game show that keeps up with the history of our culture.
That wasn't that Squares?
Something like Squares, but it's not. Because Squares, they get asked questions,
Oh, they get
But maybe
questions.
if like it's kind of like if it's like almost a Hollywood Squares, but without the celebrities, give it like regular people.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They asked random questions though. They didn't gear it towards a genre.
I want to say maybe like a Hollywood Squares meets Meet Shazam. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hollywood Squares meet Shazam, where you kind of have...
Which is kind of like Name That Jam.
You have regular people in the squares.
And it's like Name That Jam, who produced it, era, almost kind of like with a Jeopardy style kind of questioning to the songs. But, it'll be something dope, to keep that fresh in your brain.
Right.
You gotta know your
know
stuff.
What I'm saying? What happened?
So you gotta know your music then.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of that. You know what I'm saying? Because a person like me, I love to jog back and go through tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm huge on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That also helps with the creativity of what you got going forward. Because let's say you're looking for a certain sound in your beat or you want a certain feel of a track.
Yeah, sample.
You can always pull back to something that gave you that original feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of it, man.
And then, Eric Sermon quoted one day. He said some of the best music that he's ever done and that he got big for, he actually redid. Like, so he would take someone else's big record and then he would just gear it towards him and relevant to the times and just kind of not copy it. It's not going to copy it, but he's still using the same format of that song that made it big. So he was like, man, don't be scared to do that. He's like, a lot of my big music came from me doing that.
Yeah.
Like, taking something that was big a long time ago and just putting a new beat to it. Rewrite
putting the curves to the influence.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people do that. You know what I'm saying? But
so to back up what you're saying, man, it's good to go back and not just learn, but hear and
Yeah,
listen
that's why
to
I
this
say, like-
old music. Because if you're an artist, it might help bring out more creativity. You know,
Yeah.
creativity
And
out
the
of
dope
yourself.
shit about it is like, see, like you got a person like, let's say for instance, like Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon is very big in doing that. Period. When it comes to the culture and for the culture, think about it. He
all those
He got
shows.
Wildin' Out. He produced Hip Hop Squares.
Yeah.
I think that's like him and Ice Cube.
And what is it?
You know what I'm saying?
Singer, best singer or something, or
Oh,
dancer?
the Masked Singer.
No, well, he does the Masked Singer. But
Masked
what was the
Singer.
show he did before that?
America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's been involved with stuff like that and shows like that where it basically keeps the culture, you know what I'm saying, alive.
And that falls into what I'm talking about too, because like America's Got Talent is like a bigger version of Apollo. You know, they even brought back Apollo, but I don't know how long it lasted. But it's like a bigger version of Apollo. Masked Singer is like a revamped version of Apollo. You know,
not Masked Singer so
It
much.
is because it is you're going on the stage, you're singing in front of a crowd, and they got to judge you. You're just putting on a costume and you're doing cover songs.
Yeah, I guess but the theory of it.
But I'm just saying
it's the who did it.
Right, it's a revamp of that stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know if we're old enough to even know, but you know how they used to do those bandstand things where the guy would
American
come out,
Bandstand.
right, and they would sing with the band in the back and shit. It's
That's
like
American
revamps
Bandstand.
of all that type of stuff.
Yeah, and that's the dope shit about it, and that's why I say like he's a big pioneer in that because all of his shows, you gotta think about it, he got like fucking 8-9 shows that he's behind the scenes on.
Oh hell yeah, and Nickelodeon.
And a lot of them are entailed to that. You know what I'm saying? And so shout out and salute to Nick Cannon for that.
Yeah,
man.
Nick Cannon's another dude that I don't model myself after, but I definitely follow what he does business wise.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll see what he does because you know how people always be like, man, you know, stick to what you're good at, man, and fucking go down and you know, one thing. Just one thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know me, I've never stuck to one thing. You know what I'm saying?
He said, and you know me.
Yeah, I've never stuck.
I always go against the grain.
Yeah, I never stuck to just knowing one thing and then just perfecting that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked to have multiple talents. So, you know, Nick Cannon is someone I just kind of watch on the sideline because I'm like, because, you know, not that I want to see him fail. It's just that I want to see someone have multiple things going on and succeed in it so that you can look back when someone tell you that bullshit and be like, well, look at this nigga. Like, well, you can't say that.
I mean, you know, that's the good thing about it, and that's what makes everything with it, you know what I'm saying, the fact of it debatable. Is the dopest shit about it is that it's so many different avenues, there's so many different lanes of artists, you know what I'm saying? And even if you go back to, like, you could go back to early, like, hits, like, let me think of something, like, groups like Arrested Development.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That gave you classic, timeless music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's still, if it plays in today's world, it would be so cultural driven that it's not even funny.
Yeah.
You know, and even the message of it is kind of still needed in today's world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's dope, man. And shout out to groups like that. You know what I'm saying? But what's up, Ed? Because it looked like you had something you wanted to say over there, brother.
No, I'm just listening. I agree with you, man. I definitely agree with you.
You know, and
legendary groups with the message back then in the '90s when
definitely
when the music was more conscious,
had a lot more substance.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But on that note, what we got going up, man?
I was gonna ask you a question. Somebody asked me yesterday this question, right?
What's
and
up?
I tried to answer it to the best of my ability. Maybe you can remember some of it too.
Mm-hmm.
DJing.
Okay.
Turntables and playing mixes.
Uh-huh.
Where did that originate at? Like, what was the origination of that? Like, it didn't start with 2 turntables and a mixer.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? To actually usher in the whole DJ. Do you remember
what
you got to break that down.
Yeah, because I'm actually like, what zone of it are you talking about? The scratching,
mixing, or scratching,
about DJ
or partying.
Period. Like DJ. Period. Who, what, when, and where did someone grab a turntable and hook it up to a receiver and start playing music for people? Like, you know what I'm saying, and mixing in another record and shit like that.
Where did the actual thing of being a DJ originate from? That's a good question. It had to be somewhere in New York. I want to say the Bronx.
Now I don't know. Definitely,
Possibly.
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure.
there's a
I
lot
heard
of
it was
DJs.
like block parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Up
Right, and
there.
that was
It had
what
to
I
be-
said.
It had to be in the boroughs.
This is what I said.
You want to know the interesting thing about that? What you're saying is, I watched something on and see, I think every DJ is gonna have that different moment for them because I think it started with a era of DJs. I don't think it started with just that one.
No,
There was that dude in the neighborhood that had one.
Because I think they were all trying it, but nobody had the exact way of doing it yet.
That's why I don't think there was a borough per se. This is what I told him.
Because I seen something with Dr. Dre, and I seen when he was going through the phase of the group that when he used to wear the shiny suit and the doctor outfit, and when he started crossing over into more of the hip hop scene, I seen that he was crossing over into the DJing element as well.
Right. So,
You know what I'm saying?
but for Dr. Dre in the '80s, techniques already existed.
See, but for Dr.
And
Dre,
mixing boards already existed.
Yeah, and you gotta look at that. We're talking about 82.
Right. So before that, something had to come before that mixing board was involved.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta look. That's Grandmaster Flash.
No,
and
you
those
know
guys.
But they all had mixing boards.
Nah, you know what? It had to come from.
Who invented the reason to have a mixing board? Okay, look. There's
It had to be in the nightclubs. It had to be nightclubs. Discotheque. It had to be in the discotheques.
Right. Turntables came belt drive originally. You can't scratch on a belt drive. It's impossible.
You
so
can,
that
but
scratching and shit.
You can, but it won't last.
It won't do nothing. It'll be like it'll go. It'll go. You know. So there was no scratching in verse. There was just mixing involved, right? So there was no mixer though. So who the hell put two turntables up to a receiver and figured out how to mix records together for them to start inventing mixers and actual DJing?
That's a good question.
That's a great question, right? Like
what you said, Ed?
It's a good question.
That is.
Cause like I didn't think my answer was this. I don't think it was a borough, but I definitely believe someone.
I say maybe like Grandmaster Flash.
It had to be like a block party.
Had to be like a Grandmaster Flash.
It had to be that block party. It had to be someone that was like, yo, I'm gonna bring my turntable and this big ass speaker outside. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, how do we keep playing music without having to take the needle off, flip the record and shit? You know, and there was no mixers. I'm pretty sure you could do that with sound and a receiver somehow. By lowering the volume on each phonograph as you play it. You know what I'm saying? Which had to eventually make somebody be like, nigga, we need a thing just to be like, click, 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 click. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a crossfader.
So if we can get the answer to that, we can kind of get the answer to who originated DJing.
So check it out. The term disc jockey was originally from the gossip commentator Walter Winchell in 1935.
And he coined the term, or it was coined towards him?
It was coined by him.
Right.
It first appeared in print in a 1941 Variety magazine.
1941.
So that's how they used to get their media back then, in magazines. 1941.
But a disc jockey is just someone who puts a record on a tape on a thing and plays it.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily mixing or scratching.
Not necessarily DJing.
Yeah.
Well, it says here that in the late 19th century, there was him and Jimmy Savile credited with hosting the first live DJ dance party in 1943.
So it was in a radio station. So the mixer had to come from the radio station.
They did the first live DJ dance party. So I don't know if that was live, like they was hosting a block party. This is 1943, so.
Did they have radio in 1943? Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
He said that they had radio.
They had gangsta white walls in 1943. What
Hell
you mean?
Yeah.
Cars had gangsta white walls back then.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
if it was live, it had to be in show. I don't know, man. I'm gonna look it up, man. See where the first mixer came up.
That's something to dig on.
Because I was trying to answer him because I'm like, he was like, you DJ, nigga, you know this? And I was like, huh?
Now look, if you want to,
I would assume though, DJing, the actual art of DJing, had to come from. Well, you say the first person to do it was from a radio station.
Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, right.
Well, look. If you want to dig back a little bit further than hip hop.
Right.
If you want to look to the 60s and 70s, you got to look at Jamaica, because the the sound systems over there was, you know,
Big.
they was doing big sound over there.
Right.
And
So-
producing a lot of records as well. They had a lot of artists that was cutting records over there as well.
Yeah.
So that they kind of took it to the next level. You know, like most Jamaicans, they are trendsetters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From what we know, a lot of Jamaicans in the world. So they turned it into a big thing where you got to have the biggest sound system. The bigger your speakers are, you know, the more clout and respect you get. You know what I mean?
I know that about the speaker thing.
The more buckshots you could get in the crowd, you know what I mean? Everybody's doing buck.
Yeah, but you kind of got to look at it too. That was around and involved with the breakdance and all that shit.
Yeah,
too.
that's still too far. We got to go past that, like back before that.
Yeah, well, I would say they
mixer.
popularized it in the 60s and 70s. They made it popular.
My
You know what
thing
I
is
mean?
the mixer. You can't mix without a mixer. So
Yeah.
where did that start? That's what really would start your DJ phenomenon for where people start. You could go from one song on a different record
Yeah, so
to
I mean,
another
for that,
song
for
on a
your
different
answer
record.
with that, you really want to look up who invented the mixer.
mixer.
and
Turntablism is what you would call it.
Turntablism?
Turntablism is what we know it as DJing.
Exactly.
Is putting two turntables together with the mixer and doing your
Yeah, because this
your
jockey
wiki.
is just someone who just
It's
puts
more like a host.
Yeah, he just puts a record on the thing and says,
Select
next
it,
up, you
yeah.
know, fucking Johnny Cash.
Jamaicans will call that a selector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Wham selector.
Yeah, but for the most part, you know, that's more or less like in which today's world they changed it and coined it to a VJ when you're doing video and things like
Well,
that.
VJ is a voice jockey. That's
Video,
the radio
yeah.
host.
Yeah, so when you look at it, you know, it was all some form of hosting.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah, it was
what I
all
mean?
a host. It was
That's
hosting.
where, as opposed to DJing itself, that's more.
Yeah, that was my
within
question. The
rap
art
and
of
shit like
DJing.
that.
Like,
Yeah,
who
so-
put two turntables next to each other and was like, I'm going to transition from a whole nother record to another one without taking it off and moving the needle and shit.
So this is what I didn't know when I was a kid because I had the same kind of turntable with the belt. It was, you know, the old school jump off, and I was trying to scratch it too.
Yeah, that shit does not work.
But in 1972, that's when they made the first Technique SL1200, which was a direct drive.
So
they didn't have no more belt.
That's part of your answer right there.
Yeah.
Because that direct drive is what led us into
Allowed
the
you to
scratching.
scratch.
Right.
So,
right.
And the techniques that they were using in the 1970s were from the pioneers known as DJ Kool Herc, Grand Wizard Theodore, and Africa Bambaataa, just to name a few.
there you go. That's where it came.
Nah, they didn't originate that mixer though.
No,
That
not the mixer,
has to
but
come-
the techniques.
originated
The techniques.
The element of scratching.
Yeah.
Scratching,
Which
yes.
is the whole
Part of
point of
DJing.
it. That was the whole purpose of the mixer. You
No,
know?
nah, but mixing is different from scratching.
It
Correct,
is, 'cause
correct.
mixing is mixing two different
That you're
sounds.
just-
That's why we had to break
Beats.
down the question because there's
and breaking down the
multifaceted
question.
answers.
Mixing, you're composing sounds, but scratching is what really added that. Scratching's what made you pay attention to it.
Yeah, so like being a DJ, there's different elements to your mix. So you could just be a mixer where you just count beats, switch the mix over,
A
and fuck with it,
composer.
right? Then you have
That's
the
blending.
scratching mix where you niggas scratch out and throw. And then they have actual records that just have sounds on them that you
Yeah.
right? Then you have like then you what I think is like the most intricate DJing is when you get into these EDM DJs, right? Because what they'll do is they'll have records, the two different song, one with a beat, a bass on it, one with a melody, and they'll mix those two together and make their mix becomes a whole nother beat. So they'll be playing this record one time, they'll mix in the other beat, but because the two sounds make a separate beat, their mix becomes part of the whole beat itself, which is fucking awesome. And then they adjust the.
It takes two sounds.
And it's not
to fuse
easy.
into
It's
one.
not easy at
And
all.
it's not
No,
easy
it's not
to,
easy at
to
all.
do all of that.
It's taking two sounds and infusing it to one.
With the lights down and the music pumping and the club full of people.
Well, at that point in time, they already have it pre-programmed.
You better.
No,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
not pre-programmed, bro. That's on the record right there.
I mean, a lot of them is pre-programmed too, my G, because you
Well,
got to think
now
a lot of them
There's
cut
different-
their own
there's
al-
different-
not even
there's-
that. A lot
there's
of them
one
cut
button
their
DJs.
own albums.
Yeah, I know. But
They cut albums, make projects. All that's pre-production.
Yeah, a lot of my
Right,
friends
right,
do that.
right.
That's what my
You know what
friends.
I'm
But we're
saying?
talking
back
about
home,
we're
they
talking
make
about
their own
we're
albums.
talking about nightclubs
And
You know
even
what I
in
mean?
nightclub,
Events.
that's pre-productive.
There
they
are
don't
some,
have the time
yeah.
to do that. They do what they do. Get their
Depending
money
on the
and go.
DJ, there are DJs who will mix live.
Oh no,
There
there
is.
are, and those the ones that do that get paid to do that.
Facts.
You understand what I'm
And that's
saying?
what I mean.
If
That's
they're
what
not,
separates-
if
that's what I
they're not
appreciate.
getting paid to do that,
Right.
then they're playing a pre-programmed list that they put together.
Right.
DJ Press Play.
So
That's
for the
DJ
most
Press
part,
Play.
it's pre-programmed.
We call 'em
because
DJ
to get
Press
them
Play.
to do a live mixing is like getting Jay-Z to perform.
Yeah, if you get
It's like the Asian dude. What's his name? The Asian dude from Vegas. How you say his name? Aoki or
I don't know.
DJ O? How you say his name?
I couldn't tell you.
He's like one of the biggest EDM DJs out there, bro.
DJ
Must be EDM,
Aoki.
but yeah.
But he's
don't
fucking.
know.
He's an Asian dude. He looks Asian. He's from Vegas. He got shit lit. But even with him, to get him to live mix, man, you be better off hiring some of these rap acts because he's really not that affordable.
Yeah, no, that's where price comes in. when
Yeah,
you
he's
like,
really
yeah.
not that affordable. But to get a pre-recorded to get him to play out like that, that's when he becomes affordable.
Yeah, because it's much easier. You know what I mean? I would.
Yeah,
assume,
even for like a Deaf Mouse. You know what I'm saying? Or one of
Danger
those
Mouse?
guys.
Danger Mouse.
Oh, nah, Deaf Mouse.
Dead Mouse or some
Oh,
shit
Dead
like that.
Mouse. Dead
Yeah,
Mouse.
you know what I'm saying? Even for one of those guys, it's the same thing with them because to get them to do what they do live, you paying
Yeah, that's a concert.
dollars.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fucking concert for him.
Basically, and meanwhile,
Look at
it's a
the
club.
following. Look at the following that they bring.
Yeah,
Look
and
at the
meanwhile,
following
like I
that they
said,
bring to the venue. They're guaranteed numbers because
Exactly, the projection on what they could pull is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's
But
a bigger
to get
following
them
than
to-
hip-hop
That's
culture.
where they learned how to make their coin.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
to get me to do this live, now I'm showing you my technique and my craft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I could give pre-recorded joints of this all night, and you still gotta pay me.
Yeah, the shit, nigga. They still got to do it at home.
Yeah,
Why they record the shit?
Yeah.
Now I just there's that element of DJing. So when my question is, right, there's that 3 elements I just added. There had to be someone to introduce the first ever element for people to even start scratching, for them to invent direct tables, you know, for them to even invent better mixer boards that
something
allow
led
them to
it.
do that shit.
Something
There
led
was
to it.
someone who was like, yo, I'm putting 2 records, and this is my vision because I'm a DJ and I'm also a sound engineer person. I would think you put 2 direct together, you hook them up to a receiver, and you fucking have them on left and right speakers. So that way you can play
pan
one
between 2
record
different
on,
speakers.
right, you have one record on the speaker and the other record on the other speaker, and you could just pan them and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's definitely. I'm sure that's how it originally started,
Yeah.
and then it sparked the idea.
I
for
want to meet
everything
that
else.
dude. Well, I want to hear about that dude. Who was the dude that was like, man, he said, you know where DJ came from? I was bored. We was in Brooklyn. Niggas was eating barbecue. I said, man, let me put these speakers outside. And I put a record on. And somebody was like, hey, man, fuck James Brown. Put on Michael, you know, like. And I was like, how do I mix without taking it off and
So
shit?
I gotta do this quicker.
Yeah, I got to do this quicker and shit.
You know what I mean? But nah, I definitely feel that, man. And you know, and that's why I say with it, you know, it's what makes this fucking culture, this genre, it's what makes it so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Is that you see that
It's
and you're
all
like,
inventive.
damn, where did that come from?
Yeah, it's all inventive.
Who
man.
created it? And it's exactly like you said, it's all inventive. Anything that you really seen be kicked, it started from the invention or the brain process of somebody.
Of someone being like, man, this got to be an easier way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole fact. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, let's get into a joint, man. Let's get into some music because this is a podcast that is made by the artist for the artist. So on that note, who we got lined up? Or let's who we want to pick up, Mike? Pick somebody.
Let's see, man. We
We
always
did
play.
Lou O.D., we did
Yeah,
Ground
we
Wave.
play a lot of everybody's, man. I got no new music, so I mean, we can play another Grime Wave because they gave me like 7 new shit, so we can hold them off for a couple more weeks.
Oh, no, well, hold on. We're going to hold it off for like a couple more minutes. Right now, let's jump into M.So. Jizzle.
Okay.
2 Turn. You know what I'm saying?
2 Turn Jizzle
And
and MPZ, raise the bar. And speaking of that, before you throw it on, pay attention because I've got the message last week that they will be sending me the Raise the Bar version
The
with
remix
Pastor
with
Troy.
Troy, that's super dope.
So that'll be here
definitely
soon too. So pay attention, guys. We'll be
stay
playing
in
that soon
tune,
too.
man. And it's super hype, and that makes us feel that much better because now, if you really look at it, we actually breaking music that has well-recognized artists. You know what I'm saying? So it shows that we're actually moving to another plateau where we do as well.
Yeah, man, y'all growing with us.
Have to.
You know
That's
what I'm
what a
saying?
family
So
does.
on that note, shout out the Two-Turn Jizzle and MPZ, man. We appreciate the love from y'all, man. And we it's nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? Love is always love. And on that note, let's get into their joint, man. Raise the bar.
Raise the bar.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
You found it already?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Go ahead. Do your thing.
FODB, homie. Mike P's and Two-Turn Jizzle.
Raised up now, flick. Raised up now, flick.
Time to raise up, homie.
Raised up now,
All I do is raise the bar.
Raise the bar. Turn up.
All I do is raise the bar. A hater, I just turn up with the hating. Wait your turn up. Better go and get your earn up. Don't get hit up with this burner. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. All I do is raise the bar. Raised up on them haters and don't give a fuck who don't like it. Yeah, streets rockin' with the kid and I'm keeping them hoes in sight. This South Memphis shit up in me. I come from a Grammy city. You at your hand out your whole life. We at the grand to get it. Living legend, gon' Google me and tell them haters pay some hundreds. She ain't nothing but a city boy, but well known across the country. Fuck a hater, I just raise on them. Know you wanna see me down bad. Slick hatin' ain't no benefit. That's why you broke with your clown ass. Ain't no made no money. All the blogging don't get you a check. Got mad at me and crashed down. That's an emotional wreck. Still remain on that black shit. Yeah, it's up there like a jet. And I ain't even try to raise on them. That's just how a nigga flex. All I do is raise the bar.
Raise the bar. Turn up. Turn up.
All I do is raise the bar. Hater, I just turn up with the hate. Wait your turn up. Better go and get your earn up. Don't get hit up with this burner. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. All I do is raise the bar.
These niggas not on my level. I'm raising the bar, that's applying the pressure. I'm moving this silent, these niggas be hate, so I know they ain't silent. Yeah. I keep my foot on their neck. I'm making it hard for these niggas to breathe. These niggas ain't weighing up. They ain't fucking with me. Hey, they gon' get you no money. These niggas all in they feelings. I'm going get me a bag. I'm trying to get me some millions. Came back in the game, fresh off the block, it's Two-Turn Jizzle. I done broken up, ain't no turning me down, you know I'm official. I'm an underdog, but don't count me out, cause I'm one of the best. Put some respect on my name, whoa, yeah, I know I'm a threat. I just turn up on them haters, talking outside of they neck. These niggas really some bitches, hating on the niggas' success.
All I do is raise the bar.
Raise the bar. Turn up. Turn it.
All I do is raise the bar. Hater, I just turn up with the hate. Wait your turn up. Better go and get your earn up. Don't get hit up with this burner. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. $1 get money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. Hey, no making no money. All I do is raise the bar. Hey.
Yeah, boy.
Back in the building with you. You already know. Shout out to Two-Turn Jizzle and MPZ with the Raise the Bar joint. You know what I mean? And like we said, we are in expectation already of the remix, which is gonna feature
baby.
P. Troy, Pastor Troy, legend in the Southern hip hop game. You know what I mean? So we can't wait to hear it, man. And shout out to them fellas, man, because they doing they 1-2 out there. So, for those of you, really, I know everybody on quarantine, we really been chopping it up. I know everybody been watching the new shows. For those of you who locked in on the Tiger King and couldn't get enough of him, the dude Joe Exotic is actually coming out with a clothing line, which is crazy to me. I'm sure it's gonna have animal print. There's so many people that did it, already. But this dude is so keen on it's crazy because he got this documentary. It came on Netflix. And it's like people don't get that just reopened the door for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He actually is gonna have a second shot.
He was already wanting to be famous.
Yeah, he was famous due to the Tigers and what he was doing with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Got him fame, got him recognition. That's what he was doing. Got in trouble, went to jail, got whatever he got. Beefed with the homegirl Carol Baskin. You think she killed her husband?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
I just think Carol Baskin looks crazy.
Said Carol Baskin ain't shit. Nah, but anyway. For those of you who couldn't get enough of him, he is coming back, and he's coming with a fashion line. Because it may not be clothing. It could be clothes for animals or some shit. Who knows?
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Clothes made from animals.
Yeah, but right? Who knows, man? But that's one thing about it, man. Is I find that crazy. Like, it's crazy to me how the negative that they tried to spin on this dude could actually turn into the positive he needed.
That's the culture we live
right
in
now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mind-boggling shit for me.
Have to do that.
All press is good press for so long.
Yeah.
That now everybody just wants negative press. It's stupid.
That's like such the mind-boggling shit for me with that shit, man. And it's crazy too, because I even seen an interview with Shaq since they talked about that. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Look, man, I met the dude once, when I went there. And
I seen that too. I seen the thing with Shaq said.
He was like, but he wasn't like us.
He said, I went back one time, but he was in the middle of being investigated.
Yeah.
So he was like, I never went back.
Never went back again. You know what I'm saying? After that, it was bye, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part.
I didn't want no parts of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, it's crazy because it's like, can't count them out. You can't ever count nobody out. I guess when it's in you to wanna.
Man, the American dream, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You can be in jail for 20 years and still be able to generate a check for yourself.
Yeah.
Based off of negative press.
Yeah, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's his little light. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy too, because through this whole quarantine shit, I have caught on to some pretty dope shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've started watching the show Zoo.
Nah, I didn't watch it.
Shit is dope. It's basically kind of like explaining, like, what if animals kind of recognized what if they could recognize that at the end of the day they could take over if they want
and put us in zoos.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What if they recognize that we could really take these motherfuckers over?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of puts you in the mind frame of that, because I really don't want to give out too much of it, because in case people start watching it or checking it out.
So it's called Zoo.
It's called Zoo. You know what I'm saying? It's a dope show. You know what I mean? And it had 3 seasons from where I'm at right now with it, because I haven't watched all 3. I'm still in the first season. But when I opened up about the show, I seen it had 3 seasons. You know what I'm saying? And also, too, before we went into the joint with 2 Turn Jizzle and MPZ, you know what I mean? Shout out to Uncle Glenn, man, because he, he came in.
I was waiting for you to finish.
Yeah, he came in and threw us the big facts, big facts on the mixing and who created that and who we could thank for it.
So yeah, man. Shout out Uncle Glenn, man, for giving us some insight on that. So I went in Wikipedia the answer and shit. So it says here that Francis Grasso, he was born March 25th, 1949, passed away March 20th, 2001, was an American soul music disc jockey from New York City. He's also known for inventing the technique which is called beat matching. And for those who are DJs and all that, you know the history. It's what we call mixing or blending, which is the actual art of DJing techniques, through club scenes and all of that. Now, what it says here, he attended Brooklyn Technical High School and Long Island University. He started his career in 1968. So 1968, we're looking at about where the whole blending and the birth of this mixer and all of that came about. And that was just off because their original DJ didn't get to show up that night, and you know how that shit work. Nigga don't show up, you want the job, and you take it over.
Nigga
But
made
he was
his chance.
but he's the one who actually kind of mastered the technique of beat matching, and then he started showing other people how to do this. And let's see, he says Grasso was the first DJ outside radio broadcasting business to require headphones as part of his setup. So DJing originally was first, you put a record on, and then as a patron, you could walk up there and be like, hey, man, can you put on this?
Yeah,
and
requesting the next joint.
Right. So Grasso took that away.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't give a fuck about what people wanted to hear. He just made a mix of what he wanted to play and had a continuous beat, is what they call it, so that you can just continue dancing.
The party don't stop.
Yeah. Let's see. Says the most impressive addition Grasso brought to DJ culture was music programming, or the art of picking up of the energy of the crowd and sending that energy right back to them via the next track. You know what I'm saying? Which all helps with the blending and shit.
No, of course.
Let's see else here. Yeah, it says he pioneered pretty much the foundation of what is heard in modern nightclubs. I'm all moving that shit like it's touchscreen. He basically changed the game in disco music. Before him, like I said, DJ submitted to what the patrons wanted.
Yeah, he
supplying
revolutionized the
recognizable music that would appeal to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? They would occasionally add different spin on the top of popular charts. Like they would occasionally add a popular song, but it was mostly like the choice of the crowd or whatever.
Definitely.
Let's see what else we got here. And like we said, this is where it brings in. He said his musical choices were also quite different from his predecessors, and we're talking about Grasso here. He played the funkier side of rock, like Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin, and he also played like Dyke and the Blazers or Kool and the Gang. He introduced drum-heavy African sounds and used Latin beats to entice people to dance, as well as James Brown and Motown, Four Tops, the Supremes, and Temptations. Okay. So you're right. So most of the first DJ in music was like James Brown and Motown and Supremes that got people to dance and shit.
Yeah, that whole dance wave.
Right. I'm not going to go too much more into the details of this. You can go fucking look that shit up yourself. But Francis Grasso pretty much invented the art of beat matching, a.k.a. mixing.
And big shout out to Uncle Glenn for that fun fact.
Which still doesn't answer who invented the mixer, but we can look that shit up again later.
Definitely, you already know. But yeah, man, and on that note, man, you know what I'm saying? It's also some crazy news that I seen, man. You seen somebody actually broke into Eminem's crib? Huh?
Yeah.
Why he was there?
These are crazy.
And the crazy shit is his security was there too.
Chilling.
They was asleep. Everybody, for the most part, everybody sleep.
Well,
was it Stan?
I guess he heard the break of the glass or whatever the case may be, and got up to come see what the deal was. When he got up to come see what the deal was, he seen the dude, you know what I'm saying, and he like yelled, you know what I'm saying, and the security woke up and came, heard him, woke up and came. You
so
know
he screamed for security?
So, you know what I mean, thank God nothing happened, you know what I'm saying, thank God Eminem's safe, you know what I'm saying.
Security was in the deep
sleep.
sleep.
And his family, them niggas had to be in a deep sleep. But it's like that too, you know what I'm saying, because even for us growing up, I'm sure, I'm a person, I could sleep through just about anything. Yeah. But I hear my mom or my dad's voice, and I'm up.
Now, I hear anything.
I'm up like a drill sergeant just called me. You know what I'm saying? I
hear anything up until a point. Like, sorry for my wife, but she wants to wake me up by being like, hey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll be like, yo.
You got to get a little louder.
But also at the same time, if she yells, in my dream, in my head, it grabs her voice. And it just fucking repeats it and repeats it. So I get annoyed and I wake up like, yo, what the fuck, nigga?
Meanwhile, she just called you one time.
So that's the only time I have issues with waking up. But most of the time, man, I wake up so random, son, that noise must have happened. Because, like, I'll wake up and be like, the fuck did I get up for?
Well, not even myself. I could wake up off weird noises and shit like that, too. Yeah. But it's just there's certain things that, like, you could be in your deepest sleep, but let you hear that and you will be up. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that for the security guards, it happens to be Eminem's voice. You know what I'm saying? Because they heard him, and boom, they were up.
Yeah.
And they happened to run in and catch the guy that was there, whatever the case. And the crazy shit about it that I actually caught from reading up on the article or whatever, this isn't the first time that dudes tried to break in Eminem's crib. The same dude.
That's Stan.
Is he Stan?
Stan, for real. He's real life.
We're gonna call him Stan.
Yeah, he's real life. We're going to call him Stan. He's the real life Stan.
Yeah, he got to be Stan.
You know what I'm saying? Because from what came about, like, this isn't the first time that the dude tried to I don't know if it was that exact house, but it isn't the first time that the dudes tried to break into his house.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, man.
That's fucking real. What are you going into Eminem's house to do?
I guess he just wanted
to steal some
say
memorabilia.
hi or something. I don't know. He wanted
to stand out in his front yard until you come out, nigga.
Say I got to say what up to this dude, man. Like,
he said, I broke into Eminem's house, got beat up by security. What have you done with your life?
Yeah, what are you doing with your time? You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
But yeah, man, this shit is crazy, man. And I mean, also, it's just, you know, with the time and the days that we in, man, he lucky he didn't get his head blown off, man. You
that security guard, man. I hope he still
Eminem
got his job.
A different famous person, we might hear, so and so shot an intruder and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, cause the dude definitely could have got his head blown off in that situation, and you know, and in that case,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So thank God, you know, everybody came out safe. You know, thank God the security got the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm safe. Everybody Gucci. You know what I mean? But you guys, you know, for you celebrities, man, you guys got to be on point with your shit, man.
Hell yeah, man. You guys got to be.
Tighten up.
Nah, that's not the celebrity. That's the security.
Security got to tighten up.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely the security.
I hope he still got his job.
You know what I'm saying? But
he got his what?
I hope he still got his job.
Nah, they don't got his job.
I don't know.
If it was me, one of them niggas is getting fired.
It probably depends on how long they've been with him, you know, and things like that. Because he probably ain't going to fire the dudes if they've been with him 10 plus years, you know what I'm
You
saying?
had one job to do.
Stay awake.
You had one job.
Yeah, but I mean, shit.
I could have got a dog to.
They were living security, so I'm sure it was their.
I know there's so many factors we could talk shit about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, we thankful everything turned out right. You know what I'm saying?
None of them got hurt, even the intruder.
Yeah, man.
Because you know nowadays, man, you shoot the intruder and then they sue you.
Hell no.
Yeah, man. And shit, just not even to get over too much off topic, you know what I'm saying? But that shit transpires into so much. Like, it all depends. I guess it all depends on the way the situation plays out.
Yeah. If someone dies, you're screwed.
Yeah, if someone dies, you're screwed.
Yeah, whether it's the intruder or the homeowner, like, once someone dies, there's so much more implications that come about, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he could break in and just stand in the doorway. That might even allow the homeowner to be like, I don't want to press charges. He ain't do nothing that bad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But once you fucking hurt somebody, even if you're not that hurt and you're bleeding, now you're going to be like, nah, fuck that. Nigga, put him in jail. Nigga, cut me. You know what I'm saying?
How can you expect a person to react, though? Like, if you...
let's
say the intruder's
react any different.
Let's say the intruder's non-threatening.
But that's not true, Ed, because there are people out there that you could punch them in the face and they'll be like, hey, man, relax. It's okay, bro. No, I don't want to press charge, officer. He's just he's a good person. He just don't know what to do and shit.
Yeah, there are people like that. That's a whole fact. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, hey, man, in the sense of it, like I said, let's just thank God.
That's a roll of the dice. That's a roll of the dice.
It is a roll of the dice. Because look, not that long ago when somebody tried to run up in Bun B shit.
Yeah.
And he let it go at him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
that's why I'm saying it was a different person.
Yeah,
of course.
Different person, different circumstances. All that counts and factors in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shit, man, not to change the topic, man, but we're going to talk about sports a little bit. We're not going to do sports today. But we're going to talk a little bit about the sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The NFL draft has went past.
Also, it's done with now.
It's done with now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A few teams came out pretty good. You know what I mean?
I haven't followed any of the new draft guys to even know
what anybody got. It remains to be seen how our Giants are going to look.
Man,
but let's cross our fingers and put in dear hope for them.
You know how they say leave it in God's hands? I've left Giants in God's hands for like 10 years now.
Let's just say won their last Super Bowl.
Yeah, since the last time they won the Super Bowl. And I ain't even going to front. It was almost by goddamn luck. But, you know, they won it, so fuck it.
No, I mean, that's the beauty of being a fan of a team, you know what I'm saying? And even with me, because I keep it 100. In every sport, I'm not going to say I'm a team fan, but because some sports I like the players, some sports I like the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the sport of football, I just so happen to like a team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too.
And on top of that, you know, there are players I like as well, but my team is the Giants. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how I am with football too. Just the team.
Yeah.
I like the Giants. I mean, if we were to get into players, they would be all Giants players because I liked LT.
No, I mean I got a lot of players. I got a lot of players outside of the Giants that I'm a fan of. You know what I'm saying? But as a team wise and a collective unit, I don't give a fuck what player it is. If they're going against the Giants, I'm fucking with the Giants.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, and for the most part, as far as with our draft predictions, it remains to be seen how we're gonna come out of it. We got some good picks out of it. You know what I'm saying? Some of the players that we got were substantial players in college. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows how we're gonna fare out as opposed to the season? But as far as with expectations of what your analysts are saying, so-called experts, you know what I'm saying? You got some of them that feel like the Eagles came out with the upside of the draft. Some can't feel like the Cowboys came out with the upside of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got Tampa Bay, they caught a couple pretty good picks. And as well, they got Tom Brady.
Well,
you
and
know what
fucking
I'm saying?
Gronk.
And Gronk, you know what I'm saying? So we know what they
And Bill
Belichick.
Belichick. No.
Yeah, right. So and Bill Belichick. Nah, but it's gonna be interesting to see the football season once everything does kick off. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see the new additions as far as with the new players coming in like that.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I want to see.
You're gonna see the new rules being implicated because of the whole situation, the quarantining and all that, social distancing and all that.
How do you social distance a football team?
I don't know how that's gonna play out. I don't even know, and that's the scary thing about it. That's what makes me feel like football may not
make it.
It may not.
Well,
we may not have a football season.
They've been saying that for the past 3 years. Like that football is in our actuality dying.
We may not have
with all the fucking CTE shits and all.
I mean,
these
that's your
parents.
CAT scans and shit like that. But
yeah, but then you have all these millennial parents now that are like, we don't want our kid playing football.
With this pandemic, it's like all right. Let's say a normal season would start August, September. Mm-hmm. They're already talking about a late start to the season. So if it's a late start to the season, we're talking October, November.
Now, let's get through fucking June and July first.
You feel what I'm saying? And even if we did have that, even with that, can you imagine the guidelines and the rules they're gonna have for this type of shit? It's gonna do a lot to the sport.
There's no way you can't make the players not that. You can't even do that in basketball, bro.
Mm-hmm. You really can't.
They give them 6 feet. The game is gonna be ridiculously scored.
Hell yeah.
With no defense.
And I ain't even gonna lie. Speaking of basketball,
it's not possible. It goes against the rules of the game.
Exactly.
For real.
You have to line up. You have to line up next to each other.
Yeah, exactly. But and speaking of basketball, tonight is the episode 5 and 6 of The Last Dance, which has been getting a lot of talk.
I'm waiting for that shit to pop up on YouTube or something because I can't watch this.
It ain't on YouTube, but I think you can.
I know. I'm waiting.
If you got a Fire Stick.
No, you know how they push it on air, and then a couple minutes later you can find it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna find it on YouTube when it's all said and done. Yeah. But for the most part, tonight is episode 5 and 6. It's been a pretty dope documentary. It's been stirring up a lot of fucking. It's bugged out to see like. And I want to get this clear and make this clear for everybody, for all of you that's out there watching, for all of y'all that's tuned in with us. Like, share this. Don't be afraid to pass this shit like an L and pass it back to me when you're done.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I want to say this. If people of this era can argue and debate and scratch and claw about things that they feel, not even factual shit.
Yeah, no facts.
Things that they feel about a team, a player, or a group from a different era back. That right there shows you how much of an ultimate testament to how fucking great these people were.
You talking about players and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's a big thing going on right now. Shit stirred up a lot of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got people like, Draymond Green came out and said some shit about Dennis Rodman, like, making it seem like, he was a better player. He's a better player than Dennis Rodman ever. Like, meanwhile, it's like, dude, this dude was a part of multiple championship organizations.
Yeah, not
so it's
just
like
the Bulls, nigga.
wherever he went, he brought the championship attitude with him.
He was the rebound king.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not no fucking rebound king.
It's not good with the Pistons too, because Draymond is a damn good player.
Right, but we talking about rebounding. Dennis Rodman.
If you left Golden State and went to another team, would you bring that same?
Yeah. You're Draymond Green, a warrior. Are you Draymond Green? Would you
be Draymond Green the Memphis Grizzlies, would they go on to win 3 titles with you?
And would you still be?
You know what I'm saying?
Draymond
Because
Green,
technically, Rodman got 2 with Detroit.
Yep.
Could have been 3. Got 3 with Chicago.
Then he get one with another team too, right?
I want to say he got 1 with San Antonio.
Was it San Antonio?
Might be.
I can't remember that man wearing.
It's either
no
San
black
Antonio
jersey.
or the Lakers.
I want to say the Lakers because I don't remember him wearing a black jersey. But
He
that
wore a
could just
black
be
jersey.
me.
Nah, he was number 10 for San Antonio.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it might
Played
be
a few
San
years with
Antonio.
San Antonio.
Then. It might be in San Antonio.
He went to San Antonio after the Bulls.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It might be that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, and that's one thing about it, you know, and it's been stirring up so much to the point where it's like it started something between Barkley and Draymond, where Draymond was like, "Oh, I'm a way better player than Barkley was." Like, dude, you know, these dudes are great, man. And they
You
great.
know what it is too, man? It's these people. It's even like I've been noticing this too lately about they're bringing back up this Jordan and LeBron thing.
See, but wait, that's another thing. Before you even go to that though, that's just another testament to how great Jordan was.
Facts.
Why he is the GOAT.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these players' careers are getting looked over because of the fact that he kept them from winning.
And then that's what I was
You know
going to
what
bring
I'm
up.
saying?
I was going to bring up that people's argument is that LeBron is playing way more better people in the league than Jordan had to, which is not fucking true
That's
at
not.
all.
I
That
don't feel
argument is the most ignorant argument in the world. And I will still stick by Jordan is better because statistics never lie. The numbers don't lie. But all this argument, like you said, of people being not acknowledging the younger folk, I mean the older generation of basketball player acting like that you guys are greater than them is insane. Like you guys are insane. You wouldn't even have that position in basketball if those dudes didn't do what they did.
Go out and do what they did. Now, granted, I will say the athlete has changed, the physical form of athlete.
Yeah, that's different.
Now, I won't. Now, what some of the things that can be done with the athlete stature of today is amazing, as far as your dunking ability, things like that. But
no, you know what I find amazing, not to cut you off,
Yeah.
is the new 6'7" niggas dribbling and running
and see, that's why I said like it's amazing. The dunking part is amazing to me because that's a jumping aspect. So, you know, that's and like I told him, because I was having this conversation with somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, if coaches allowed players to fully develop to the furthest of their potential back in the day, how they did now, how they do now, you would have been seeing that freakish athlete shit.
Yeah.
You would have been seeing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying? Because who would have imagined Dominique crossing and dunking niggas, or dunking on
They
niggas,
didn't
how he was
practice
dunking
those
on
things.
niggas, but with a fucking crossover like Iverson.
Right. And they weren't practicing those things. Back then they were like, you're 7 foot tall, stand right here on this block.
Yeah,
and don't move.
exactly. You
We're
feel what
gonna
I'm
pass
saying?
it to you, you just dunk over that guy.
They didn't get the opportunity to really develop their game to that full extent the way the athletes of today get to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as far as with, like, all right, for instance, how they talk about the big man with the handle, there was a lot of big men that had handle back then, but they didn't get to show it.
They didn't give them the opportunity.
You know, they didn't get
And then
the
when
chance.
you're in a
Exactly.
game, you can't just pull that out of your ass.
They would have got pulled out the game.
Yeah.
Niggas would have got subbed out. Like, oh, go get this fool.
Like,
bro.
look at
What are
this
you
big
doing?
ass nigga dribbling. Sit down,
What
bro.
are you doing? Sub them out. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's an argument that I see people have that it's like when I look at it, I'm like, y'all argue it, but y'all don't really get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that was able to be, had it been done and players were able to play free will the way players and athletes are today.
Yeah, it would be a different story.
The game
You
and
might even see more from Michael Jordan than what you already see now.
yeah, you probably would have seen more from a lot more players than what you've
Shit,
seen now.
if you really want to be, and we're gonna use Jordan as an example again. If you really want to be real about it, that nigga had a flu, bro, and played 4 quarters of a game and scored 60-something
had
points.
40.
He had 40? I
He
thought
had
it was
like-
63.
He may have had 63 in the flu game. I don't remember.
That was Game 7.
Nah, it wasn't a game 7
it was
because Mike ain't never played a game 7 in the finals.
Oh, that must have been. I'm sorry, Game 6 then.
I don't remember
It
what.
was the
I think that was
final-
game
it was-
5. I actually think flu
Was
game
it?
was game 5, and I want to say he had 44.
Yeah, maybe. But either way,
Google
my
that
point is,
Yeah, look
not
that up,
one of
man.
these players now will go on the court with the flu. They wouldn't do it. Their trainers wouldn't even let them do it.
Hell no, not with this Corona shit.
I'm
You
not,
seen what happened with that? They shut the whole arena down.
Yeah, forget the Corona part though. I'm just saying, the players wouldn't do that nowadays. Let alone would the trainers even let them? They be like, man, we gotta hit you with epinephrine and all this other shit if you're gonna go out there and play.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do a Jordan where Jordan's just drinking Gatorade or all the whole fucking time. You know what I'm saying? And that should be a testament to what kind of players these guys were back then.
Oh yeah, they were hard-nosed players, man. Them dudes were warriors.
Right, and for you to argue that a LeBron or Draymond Green or even these basketball players that want to argue against older basketball, if it's publicity, leave it as that.
Yeah,
but don't fucking.
It's cool to get your name in there in the paper, but
don't go deep into it because people like Charles Barkley. If Jordan wasn't there, it would have been the Charles Barkley who had the 6 rings. If Charles Barkley wasn't there, you have Patrick Ewing back then. He was a fucking beast. He could have rings. It could be Isaiah Thomas. It could have been Larry Bird.
Could have been
Bird. It would have definitely been Bird.
Karl Malone and Stockton. What you had said though, Ed?
It would have been the Celtics.
Chime in with something too.
It would have been It would have been Bird. You know, I feel like the Celtics would have kept on winning. You know what I mean? Could be wrong.
I mean, yeah, it was.
There was a lot of good teams back then.
The Bulls era, yeah, you right. You never know. Like I say, you never know. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's something that'll forever be debatable. You know
but you know what also is to the problem? I mean, I don't know how old.
What you did? You looked up the flu game?
Yeah, I was saying. With that said, it was actually we're coming up on the 18th anniversary of that game.
The flu game.
It was June 11th, 1997, against the Utah Jazz.
Yep.
He put up 63 points.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm sorry. They were talking about the second season where he put up 63 points against the Celtics to his last shot against the Utah Jazz. But
and that was the flu, right?
This flu game was actually the 97 finals. They were tied 2-2 with the Jazz. And the 5th game was in Utah. And he was suffering from flu-like symptoms. He could have been a coronavirus. Never know. But he came on the court. Played 44 minutes, scored 38 points.
38 points.
I thought he had 44.
44 minutes.
Yeah, 44 minutes, and he had 38 points. See, so I was close.
So
to
that's still phenomenal.
Yeah, I was
with
close
the
to
flu.
my memory with it, man. That was more than phenomenal. You had to be there to see it.
You had
that
to
was
watch
must see
these
TV,
games.
bro. And I remember seeing
watch these
the
games
controversy.
when I was a kid, man. So and to watch NBA today I'm not taking it away from it. These kids are credible, man. It's 5 steps down the whole court, and dunking from damn near free throw lines nowadays.
Right.
But when you watch how hard they played back in the days, this is easy now. Like, you got a good player, man. They take off and the rest of the team is in the back and they just dunk. Back in the days, man, a nigga do that and somebody's down there with you. Yeah. Imagine how many times before LeBron came into the NBA world, we watch motherfuckers think they have on whole court breaks, and somebody just come flying out of nowhere like, whoa! You know what I'm saying?
Shit, man. And on that note, man, make sure y'all do check out part 5 and 6 tonight of The Last Dance, man, which is a dope series. It's a dope docu-series about the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? It shows the greatness that people like myself and those who are in the era that I was born in.
Yeah.
You get to see what I was looking at as a kid, what inspired me, you know what I'm saying? And what put that drive in a lot of people, that ultimate competitor.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Also, you get to see...
I mean, I'm not as tall as you, and I didn't do as much in the basketball world, but I love fucking basketball, and that's what drove me too, was those players, man. I told you my motto was, I was modeled my game after 4 people. And it was obviously Jordan. My fucking name is Mike. You know what I'm saying? You know how much I got flack for that growing up.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant, when I got a little older, and Iverson. But mainly it was Michael Jordan and Jason Kidd.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had the mic.
I can't fly like Mike, but I could shoot and I could dribble. And Jason Kidd was a big thing for me because Jason Kidd back in the day was like the illest passer. It's like his fucking assist shit was dope.
Yeah.
And so I always tried to be an assister, and that's where my dribbling and my passing came from. Kobe and Iverson were just more of the flash and flare of where I tried to be with my game. So, if I was gonna say I wanted to model myself after anybody today, I wouldn't say LeBron James.
Yeah, no, I mean that's more for the kids. But you got the kids. They would say that. You know
Right. I get
that's
that.
their hero.
But
today.
if I was to think logically, it wouldn't be LeBron James.
Well, no, because technically you're older than him.
No, of course.
So you know. But,
Am I? No,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I think we're the same age, man.
Nah, me and him the same age.
Oh, okay.
He's actually gonna be 36 in December.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but no, I'm not saying that. Like, I'm saying it to the point of like his game, like the way he plays his game. He's good at what he does in his body.
Yeah.
But I would not model myself from that because I just don't like his style of playing. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
So that's what I mean by that. And then of course kids are gonna like that shit. Kids are like superheroes and shit. You know, like this nigga he flew and shit.
It's funny you say that, yo, because when I was a kid, I was watching Dennis Rodman, and that made me a better rebounder.
Right.
You know
Oh,
what
of
I'm
course.
saying?
Exactly.
Like,
And
Yo,
this
you
is
wanna
what you
know
got to
something?
do. You got to just
It
stick
was
the
crazy
leg out
'cause
right there.
The
Okay.
dopest shit was in, I think it was episode 4, where Rodman was speaking, and it was either episode 4 or 3. I think it was 3, because episode 3 I think was really geared towards him. But in the episode, you know, it showed his genius. You know what I'm saying? There was one scene where he was
very
talking
good
about how
basketball
when he practiced,
genius.
he would close his eyes and he would listen for how the ball would hit the rim. Because depending on how the ball would hit the rim, that's how he knew
where it was going.
You know what I'm saying? So to synchronize your ears.
That's Rodman.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to synchronize your ears to the sound and the position of where the ball touches the rim, to be able to dictate and determine which way the ball is going, is pure
That's genius.
fucking genius.
And also someone who likes to rebound. It's not only that, he also got to have the timing because, you know, when that ball bounced to its peak, you know, that it's at its worst point because now a short motherfucker can come out of nowhere and just snatch it from underneath you and shit.
All that, man.
I used to do that shit all day.
That, and it's pure fucking genius. Timing was more for himself. You know what I'm saying? But to be able to see, you could be sitting in the crowd. He could be sitting in the crowd with his eyes closed.
Over there.
And just with the way that the ball is hitting the rim, it's going there. 5 feet, 10 feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just pure genius. You know,
it's a lot of practice.
He had that. That's how he gave himself the advantage over his.
Yeah, that's exactly how he gave himself the advantage, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all definitely check it out, man, because it's giving you a lot of secrets. Episode 5 and 6 is tonight, and for those of you who had heard about it, which is it's a 10-part docuseries. Okay. The exciting part of it is tonight is actually gonna be having the footage in which Kobe Bryant was into Jordan's era in life. You know what I'm saying?
That was the in and out. That was Jordan out. That was Kobe.
Yeah, it was good. It's gonna be super cool to see that.
Lasted like
you know
3
what
years,
I'm saying?
right? 3-4 years?
Nah, Kobe came in. Yeah, about that. Kobe came in '96.
Yeah, and then he was Wizards.
No, and then he went to the Wizards later.
So that's what I'm saying. It was like 3 or 4 years that they were able to play with each other.
Because about that, because you got to look at it. He played the 96, 97, 98 season. That's 3 years right there.
Yeah.
Then he retired. That was with the Bulls.
Yeah, he was gone.
And he retired for about 2 years, I think it was 2 or 3 years.
And he came back to the
Then he
Wizards
came
for like
back
a
to the
year.
I thought it was a year or something.
And at that point, when he came back, it was Kobe's league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was Shaq.
Oh yeah,
Kobe.
Jordan. They didn't even.
It was the Lakers league. You know what I'm saying? So at that point in time, you know. But tonight shows the Bulls and Lakers footage from when Kobe was a youngster. The All-Star game footage from when Kobe made his first All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a lot of dope footage in these 2 episodes tonight.
That's cool.
Do check it out. Other sports news, man. I don't know if y'all seen it how I seen it. But y'all seen Tyson hitting his homie with the gloves and the body shit?
Yes, I did.
Man, that shit is scary, man. It showed Tyson to still knock a person out.
I don't want to get hit by
Yo, I ain't even gonna lie. You want to know the funniest shit about it?
I didn't see it, but I figured that was the case.
The funniest shit about it is if you watch it, for anybody that's seen it, you see how when Tyson get a nigga the combo, how he walk off after the combo?
Oh, the walk was mean too?
Hell yeah, that nigga walked off into a whole different direction. He said, I'm out. This nigga hit me too hard.
He's trying to catch his breath.
Hell yeah,
he's
trying
telling
to
that
catch
nigga.
his breath.
He said, man, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Because Mike, you see Mike trying to still do the sparring. The nigga just walked away. He said,
crazy.
yeah, we're going to have to wait for that.
That nigga said, man, pause, time out. He gave that nigga the 2-piece and held the biscuit. Word up.
And Mike was still there like, oh, he left.
Not today.
That shit was crazy. But it showed, man, at 53, man, Mike still looks great.
Why would
know
you
what I'm saying?
think? Why would you think he would not be still dangerous at that age?
Oh no, I'm sure he'll. I'm sure he'll
Especially
forever.
the way he talks now.
I'm
the
just
way
sure-
he takes care of his body now. The man is.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll forever be dangerous just because of the techniques he's learned coming up through the years.
Yeah.
He'll forever be dangerous. That'll be
That's a fact.
You know, God bless him, you know what I'm saying? And with God, with the grace of God, if he makes it to that, you know what I'm saying, those upper echelon years, he'd be an 80-year-old dude that can knock you the fuck out cold.
What? Don't talk shit to him. Still at that age.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and God bless him, man, dope dude, you know what I mean? He got his podcast, you know what I'm saying? And that's a success.
And he's doing
and it's a
he's
dope
doing another one,
podcast to
too.
check out. Yeah, I heard he's going to do another one.
No, I'm saying he's doing one. It's called
Oh, yeah?
Safe Distance with Mike Tyson. He's doing the video chat with people.
Yeah,
It's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like he calling up people. Like he called Fat Joe video chat. He's like, "What's up, Fat? Yo, blah blah
Oh
blah."
yeah,
blah.
no, and that was cool, and
And they
I
do it for
seen
like
that
20
because he was
minutes and
on
then they
Fat
hang up.
Joe's. He was on Fat Joe's live.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I seen that, and that's actually super dope, man. That's why I say he's a dope dude, real down to earth, in touch with the people. You know what I'm saying? But to see him hit that dude, Mike, please, man, don't do that to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit, first of all, it looked like the dude had on 8 sets of pads.
He
still
had
wasn't
on the
ready
whole
for
chest and body pad.
Yeah, but it looked like he had on that chest thing about 5 times. Because that shit was huge.
Yeah.
And he still felt the punch. So at the end of the day,
That was
man,
a rib shot.
I salute that dude because that dude got a hell of some ribs. I'm hoping he ain't go piss blood somewhere after that shit because he took some shots.
I still think he's one of the top heavyweights of all time.
That's
I know,
a whole
I know
fact.
they say Muhammad Ali's the GOAT, you know what I mean? But I think heavyweight, well, if they was to ever fight, I would have gave that one to Tyson.
Yeah.
In the
course.
hypothetical.
I mean, my personal opinion, I think he's top 3 of all time.
Yeah.
That's such a hard thing.
And it's
because,
arguably 1 or 2
because
in
In his
heavyweight?
prime,
no,
in his
well,
prime.
I'm talking about Mike Tyson and Ali because Ali could dodge punches.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have been able to escape Mike's offense.
Well, Mike's
Mike had
offense was
to
really
come
to stay
in-
in your chest.
Yeah, he had to come inside though.
He was really to stay in your chest. So if he could maul you down and
There was-
stay in your
I'm not
chest,
saying
There
Ali
was
was
nobody.
gonna win.
There was
Trouble.
nobody who could escape his.
I think
his
either
attack
one could take
until he
advantage
was
of
already
each other. It's just
after his
hard
prime,
to
and he
determine.
ran into.
I
you know
think
what
you
I'm
had to
saying?
have a very solid punch in your repertoire, because you had to be able to slow him down when he was mauling his way to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't have that
Nobody
that
figured out
punch
how to do that.
neutralize him, yeah, Lennox Lewis who beat
Hold
him.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Tyson after he was already defeated by Holyfield from headbutts?
Yeah, but you got to look.
If you want to look at the fight, if there was no headbutts, that fight would have went Tyson's way. In
He
my
may
opinion.
have. It
in
may
my opinion.
have. You
So
absolutely right.
that being said,
It was already his way.
That being
before
said,
headbutts.
going to Lennox now, I feel like he would have had a better shot. If he would have,
Beaten
been
Holyfield.
You're
beaten
saying there was
Holyfield.
more of a mental beating
Definitely.
up with Mike Tyson
Yeah,
than
Definitely.
with Lennox
Yeah.
Lewis. and
Definitely,
shit.
that was to me, it was almost the end for Tyson. You
Yeah,
know what
but
I'm saying?
technically, if you want to say that,
He
then
lost
you
to
gotta,
Buster
you gotta
Douglas.
go all the way back to the Buster Douglas.
He lost to
That
Buster
was-
Douglas,
Douglas was-
but that was a conspiracy too, because Buster Douglas was down for a 10 count, if you will.
I do
in
remember that.
reality,
I remember
in reality life, it was a 10 count, but in the ring, according to the referee, it was probably like 16 counts.
Yeah.
Or 17. You know what I mean? It was a long 10 count.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
then
yeah,
Tyson got a fast count. We won't go into that.
Yeah, but but the whole
Boxing
thing about that
conspiracies.
is what you got to look at. The mental side of what it did to him was everlasting.
And then you had
You know
Robin
what I'm
Givens.
saying?
Then you had
So,
Robin Givens.
In that
And
situation,
then you had
in that situation, the way that
Don
played out
King.
and happened,
Mm-hmm.
you know, basically it messed up his career for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But had none of those happened, he would have been probably the most fierce, and we would have been calling him the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time.
Yeah.
Which I
Hands
already
down.
do.
Which,
Yeah,
which in a heart of heart,
technically,
you
we're
can
all
say
agreeing
that.
that he has losses because of bad decisions in his life,
Circumstantial.
Yeah.
not from the boxing ring.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's why
Robert-
he's our hero. You know, that's why we still honor him. And
That's why
when it
everybody
comes to his
loves
name,
Mike
yeah,
Tyson.
everybody love Mike, man. You gotta love him, man.
Who hit Mike the hardest?
That's a good question. He would have to answer that.
He said it. He said
Robin Givens.
Nah, he said man, who did he say? Lennox?
Holyfield? I don't know.
I think it might have been. I know he's friends with Holyfield now.
He's friends with Lewis and Holyfield.
Yeah, he's friends with both of them.
Yeah.
Damn, it's someone I think that he looks up to as a boxer.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I can't remember who he said hits hard.
I don't know. But
You gotta watch Mike Tyson, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. Watch a couple of the episodes.
Yeah.
He talks about that shit sometimes.
Word,
He'll tell you. He'll be like he think the greatest fighter to him is
Sonny Liston.
Yeah. He had him on the show.
Oh, Sonny Liston?
Yeah, so he told him there. He was like, yo, he was crying, nigga.
Sonny Liston helped him shape who he was.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was crying. He was like, yo, you the fucking man, dude. Okay, you don't understand, yo. Like, you know, and
Imagine
Sonny
that.
was there like, yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine you're Sonny Liston and you have Mike Tyson crying at your feet telling you you're the best. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing.
You know, and that's because he pays homage, man.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just like for us. We look at him and we like, yo, Mike, you the best. You know what I'm saying? You had that fear put in these dudes, man. Yeah. You went in there and hit niggas and it sounded like a motherfucker punching a wall.
For real.
He was almost undefeatable in the video game, too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It was hard to beat him in the video game, for real.
Big shout out to Mike Tyson on that, man. But, you know, and it's a lot, man. But on that note, man, let's get into a joint. I ain't heard no music in a while, man.
So we'll play one more, then we'll get into...
shout out? Yeah, we can do that. Well, who we gonna get into? Who you want to get into?
You know me, man. I'll just be like, yo, let's put on a Rob Dent joint, but don't put on Bags, yo.
Yeah, of course.
Pick I can't think of the names right now. I'll let Ed pick one, but don't pick Bags.
How about Saturday Night Vibes?
Wow, perfect.
Even though today's Sunday, you know what I mean? Saturday was last night. We was vibing in here last night.
We was vibing Saturday night.
So that's a good one right there.
Definitely,
we could go with.
Shout out to Rob Dent, man. Saturday Night Vibe. You already know.
Sure.
It's all about the vibes.
He always reaches out to once in a while, Rob Dent. We gotta get him back in.
Yeah, so we'll get into that.
Yes,
go ahead, man.
All right, here we go.
I don't need that bitch. I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch. I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch. I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch. I don't need that hoe. Oh, you cook? Well, hoe, I cook too. Oh, shit, you fuck? Well, bitch, I fuck too. Oh, trick, you pay? Well, hoe, I'm paid too. I don't need no woman, just give me that money. And a J too.
I woke up on a Saturday, first thing I think is cash, wake and bake. What moves and plays, what goes to break. No girl on me, so no heart to break. But a nigga so lonely and horny that if I'm chasing ass, then I'm missing cash. Fuck the pussy, bitch, my mind on cash. If I let you ride, that be a head-on crash. Tell baby girl I'm about to make a play. If she start acting up, oh what a hell of a day. Sometimes I feel like I need to persuade. I hit her with the reverse psychology. I walk out the door, now I'm on my way. Thank whoever my mind need to fornicate. Cause I'm out here on this journey. But I don't need a bitch though, unless she in the kitchen whipping and she flipping guala. Curving niggas left or right because they like to holler. Entertaining other niggas is a hell no. Bitch, I'm about to love, I do not support hoes. Sister get respect, bitches get what they deserve. I'm young Martin, talk dumb, and I will leave you with a skirt. Shut up, Cole. Where the fuck my Gene at? Keep a OG in line and check. Anita my mind, Baker my fresh, be my spine. Past life test, don't pan my life, I adapt you right. I was told love is all about compromise. Been an open book, no need to be shy. I can only go by what I see with these eyes.
I don't need that bitch. I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch. I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch. I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch. I don't need that hoe. Oh, you cook? Well, hoe, I cook too. Oh, shit, you fuck? Well, bitch, I fuck too. Oh, trick, you pay? Well, hoe, I'm paid too. I don't need no woman, just give me that money. And a J too.
I do not not boast, I do not flex. You can't up my stock, then you get next. You see with me, baby, it's all or nothing. Could care less about you, give a fuck about your sex. I do not need your pussy, I'm on my own dick. Quick to plead at a young nigga, not shit. Girl, I been with the shits, you just wanna be petty. Wanna kick it heavy, smoke weed, break levies, I don't think so. Your love, respect, loyalty, I don't feel yo. I just be myself though, I could tell you wasn't real one from the get-go. Fucking up the income, not slow-mo. You fucked another nigga in my bathroom though. Minutes later, lied to my face, Pinocchio. Only thing going through my mind is fuck this whore. Pack up my bags, get the fuck out the door. Place me in crime, lost me in time. Wildin' cause I'm young, now I'm trapped in my mind. Yo, this can't be like, been through this twice. Never been cheap, sometimes don't price. 3 years later, guess a nigga too straight. Back to stacking chips, way past skyscrape. Had to find myself fast, nah nigga don't play. See yourself in my tent, call it self-hate. Robbed and make moves, robbed and do great. Expect from no one, riches a mind state. Mine's unwealthy, vegetarian, I'm healthy. Young, black and handsome, she tell her friend I'm sexy. Know that robbed in is a blessing, why you keep stressing? Know that robbed in is a blessing, why you keep stressing? I don't need that bitch, I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch, I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch, I don't need that hoe. I don't need that bitch, I don't need that hoe. Oh, you cook? Well, hoe, I cook too. Oh, shit, you fuck? Well, bitch, I fuck too. Oh, trick, you paid? Well, hoe, I'm paid too. I don't need no woman, just give me that money. And a J too.
Night vibe, man. You already know. Shout out to him and the team, man, because you know he's also family here with us at Studio 1025 in the MELLO-ROOM.
Yes. He has been on past episodes when we was back in the garage. So if you want to go check them out, man, I will. You know what? During the week, I will repost some of the old shows, man, so you guys can catch up and
yeah, that's
go check
cool.
that out, man.
That'd be super dope.
Oh, my bad too. And we are live back on YouTube again, so
definitely be on the lookout for us there too. Before we do get up and get out of here, man, I just want to give my heart, you know what I mean, and shout out to the people of Puerto Rico, you know what I mean. I know they're going through it right now. There was actually another earthquake there yesterday.
They can't catch a break in Puerto Rico.
So, you know, I mean, please, you know, if anybody that y'all can, I know a lot of people out there got a lot of family out there. Reach out to your families, check up on them. You know what I'm saying? See if they're all right and if they need any like resources or anything like that. You know what I mean? Really, it's just about coming together and helping each other. You know.
Hopefully, the continent of Atlantis is rising back up, yo.
Yeah, right.
That's why you're having so many goddamn earthquakes in the islands, dog.
It'll raise the sea level, you know. It'll raise all of that for us, you know what I mean? But who knows, you know? But definitely, man, check up on your family and your loved ones out there because they're experiencing some trauma, torment and shit, man. It was like 5.4. Was like the
earthquake. And California, man. California had an earthquake too.
Yesterday?
I don't know. You need to be more specific.
Oh, who was that? He said you need to be more specific. But yeah, nah, man. But definitely, man. I mean, just people, just stay safe, man. There's so much shit going on right now in this world, man.
Yeah,
you know, spend that time with your loved ones, keep minding your family, you know what I mean, and keep living, man. Because any day could be your last with this shit, man.
Word up, man. We going through. And look, man, don't get all caught up in biblical prophecy and conspiracy right now. We are not nowhere near that.
Nah, just
but
live.
We are definitely allowing ourselves for it to be ushered in. So let's be more cognitive of the things that we do on our daily basis. I made a post yesterday that I usually don't write posts, but I was kind of bothered and I feel like I needed to say it. And just to reiterate kind of what the post is, you know, we're getting too complacent with our lives. Like to live, man, is to do. Like you need to do things, man. You need to go out there and whether it's build a business or play with your kids or run or build something or just anything, man. It's an activity, period, man. We need to stop being lazy as people, as a race, man and woman and child. We need to teach ourselves to stop being so fucking complacent and lazy because we are ushering in these days of bad shit, and it's us. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a prophecy, man. It's us. We need to just be better people. Me too. You know, Ed too,
Man, all
Big
of us.
Ooze too.
All of us. It
But
comes. It
I
starts
just
with
feel
all
like
of
I
us.
had to say it
Why
sometimes.
you had to put me in it though?
Hey, why you had to put me in it though? And on that note, man,
Because you leave garbage on the air conditioners, nigga.
Yeah, you put me out there like that.
And on that note, man,
We
gonna
gonna
get
talk
ready
about
to
what
get
you
outta
do.
here, man.
We're not
Yo,
gonna talk
hey,
about
you got
what.
any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah. Shout out to us, cause you know what I mean. I feel like we've been doing our thing
Yeah,
as
we
of this
grinding.
point, you know, and definitely appreciate all the work that we all been putting together towards this, and we
You
just got to
know it.
keep pushing it further. You know, long story short, shout out to everybody out there, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Everybody stay safe, you know.
Appreciate that, man. You already know what me, man. Shout out to everybody that fucks with me, how I fucks with y'all. Love is always love. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my people back home. You know, I've been seeing all the hurt, you know, the devastation that everybody's going through. And my heart is with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I seen a post from one of my people, and it was like, I really feel like I ain't got no more tears left to cry. Family, and I ain't gonna put your name out there because I don't want to put nobody out there, but you know who you are that wrote that. And you know, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I really do feel you. It's every time the phone rings now, it's like you never know what type of news. You're starting to expect more bad than good. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show you that in the times that we in, when there's adversity and things like that, we need to start thinking positive as far as like together, checking on the wellness of each other, making sure that each other's straight. You know what I'm saying? So,
Excuse me, sorry.
you know, just keep that in mind, man. You know what I'm saying? For everybody out there, I encourage that you guys stay safe, stay blessed. You know what I'm saying? And like I told y'all before, love is always love, man. Shout out to Airs Printing. Shout out to Crave's Desserts. We all gonna get those desserts. Don't think I forgot neither.
Yeah,
Just, you know,
I'm just gonna say something.
that's gonna take a collective effort. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna talk.
We're gonna make that happen. But shout out to Crave's Desserts as well, man. And you know, from me to y'all, from Ooze, man. Y'all already know love is love.
Yes, sir. And again, man, real quick, Mellow Room every Sunday Fun Day. We are in a kind of a later time. It will get earlier and earlier as we move along here. So just pay attention to that. Studio1025.com. Go there.
Check it out.
The first page is you book now. You can book your sessions with Ed Cypher. Ed Cypher is one of the 3 Jedi Masters who hold down Studio 1025. They are a great production team, man. They will make your music sound like heaven.
Amazing.
We also got John Ski in here. Many of you guys know Ski around the way. He's done a lot of music for you. He also in Studio 1025 holding it down for us. So you can go check out how to book with them on the main page. There's a coalition there. The coalition, you join the coalition page. That'll take you to the coalition fan page. If you hit the bar up on the top left, that'll open up the menu for you, and that'll take you through the team, some of the coalition shit, take you to the MELLO-ROOM, some of our partners, and our about. If you want to be a sponsor, reach out to us at studio1025official@gmail.com. You can hit us up, man. We have a sponsors page. We'll put you up there. You can get some exposure as well. Other than that, man, you already know what it is. Look out for Coalition music coming very soon. We have another artist who's under the Coalition label, Young Bull, named XX Chinks. We working on his shit right now to get released. He got a real fire jam that we're going to probably put on the show eventually. You'll hear that shit. We might even have him come sit down and talk with us for a little bit. If you're an artist who paints or writes poetry or creates sculptures,
You break dance, backspin. We don't
facts.
no matter,
I got room
man.
for you to break dance.
We got
here.
enough room for you to get busy in here right now. So
You
no
play the
matter what
guitar,
you do,
stuff like that, man. Hit us up, man. We love to promote artists from around
if
the
you
way.
are in the field,
Even if you're out of state, man, reach out to us. We are gonna start tapping into the Zoom shit, so we can do some interviews with you guys out of state as well. So, man, hit us up, man. Email MELLO-ROOM1025@gmail for your music. And if you're a sponsor, it's the Studio 1025 official Gmail that you will send your information to. Like I said, studio1025.com. Go check it out. The site is up now. The merch is up there. You can order. You can customize your shirt. You can have a yellow M with the pink headphones on a teal shirt. I don't give a fuck how you do it.
however you
Just
want
do
it,
it.
man.
You know, the hats is customizable too. You can change the headphones in the M, the color of the hat. You see, I got a gray brim. He got a black brim. Like, there's so many options you could do. We have the mask as well. And you will either get the mask with the M on the front or an MRP, but we have other options. So I'm not going to explain them to you until I post them. And then you can go shop, man. It's really good prices, really good material. Air's printing will ship them directly to you. You just have to pay the shipping part, man. That's it, man. So shout out to all the artists. Shout out to you guys, man. Thanks, Ed, for holding us down back there, man. Like I said, I got a really good production team in here in Studio 1025. And come take advantage of it, bro, because we here. We ain't never shut down. There was no quarantine for Studio 1025. And we still not quarantined. We open. Our doors are open. We are located on Orange Ave.
Indeed.
Go to the website. It'll have the address. The phone number is up there as well. It's 407-930-0307. And I believe I just took that out of my ass because I don't even know if that's the right number.
I'm sure you did.
But but I believe it is 930, right? 0307. Well, if Ed looks that up, that's cool. Whatever.
That is correct. 407-930-0307.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, man, give us a call. We here 24 hours a day. I'm lying about that. Maybe like 23. But anyway, give us a call and we can get back to you. Go to the website, book your time, podcast time, your audio time. You want to record an album? We got 24-hour packages. We got 18-hour packages. We got it all, man. We do it all here, man. So shout out to everybody who's been watching and listening. And stay tuned for more audio versions of this podcast coming up, man. I thank all of you guys for helping us. Shout out to all the artists who gave us the music and shit. And
yeah, big shout out to all you guys still tuned in, man. And then for those of you that did tune in, like, share, tell a friend, pass it around.
Yeah, share that shit.
Make sure you send it back.
Share that shit.
But as for that, I'm up out of here, man. It's time for me to make moves.
We out, man. Peace. Mellow Room every Sunday. Sunday fun day.
Peace.